Came through with that new thing, see, I don't know why I trust you. Crazy now, I'm just too on. Maybe now I'm just too gone. Maybe now I'm just looking for that same vibe that you on. Cause I'm out here with my boys, going crazy in this bitch. Overseas, getting Benz, no Mercedes in this bitch. We made the album 9 months, had a baby in this bitch. I'm with your bae, on the run, like I'm Jay-Z in this bitch. I don't smoke a lot, but I get green. But ball out, no SBs. I called you out, you got serving that beat stop, no step team. I came through and that's real shit. No, Novocaine, but I feel this. Feeling kid when I feel banks, I still be spitting that Will Smith. I shut it down, we do that. Hell yeah, we knew that. Yo, girl, give me them crazy eyes. Orange is that new black. Black cold out, so I think about it. Stress me out, so I drink about it. They talk a lot, but it's all good, so it's too real. Don't think about it.
She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it. She took me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it. Came up as a church boy with my dukes on weekends. Waking up at like 6, man, you don't get paid if you sleep in. Man, you don't know where I come from, you don't know what I've been through. Realize I don't say shit about all the bread that I sent you. You getting mad, I'm sitting back, I'm fucked up, I'm getting trash. Gotta go watch 2 gold chains and I go real like Trinidad. Trick, I'm the man, act like you know me. Popping off like a semi, man, I rap like it's loaded. I mean my crew hot, your crew not. We too sick, no flu shot. On this side, it's all big, man, I ain't dissing on Tupac. Just East Coast, all East Coast. These young bloods don't know better. Most of y'all got no chill, they'll get it poppin' in snow weather. Some kids just need love, they'll put in work for like no cheddar. Looking up to them dope boys, they got bands like Coachella. Yeah, just remember, I might have your girl for dinner. I'm the man year round, January to December. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it. She took me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said, don't think about it. I said, don't think about it.
Your reflection in my wine glass. That's when I look away. Can't stand and think about losing your fine ass. How the fuck I let you slip away? Life for the party, but I'm dead inside. Kill my vibes, it was genocide. Hard to act like I've been alive. I'm trying to find where I identify. 1 time for the girl that got away. 2 times for the bub I'm about to spray. 3 times for the power that I pray to. Are you up there? Can you hear me? I know I fucked up. It's clear, see. I'm 22, but I don't act like it clearly. And all this shit is a mirage. I'm just rapping for a cause. The life, the fame, the lights, the game. We break the laws, don't like to change. Wanna win you back, but I hate to lose. I know that you're the one, but it's hard to choose. Too much whiskey in my red cup. Remember first day you wouldn't give it up. We had only scratched the surface, but I knew that you were worth it. Yeah, so I was patient. I bragged to my niggas, Joe Namath. I'm still with the niggas that I came with, but everything changed once the fame hit. Make it up, take you down, have a shot, hop out around, play my songs, you like the sound. It's going down, it's going down. Let's drink coffee, watch passerbys, and prove to you I'm not the average guy. It's just my flaws that they magnify, and when it's real, you don't have to try. wish there was another way. Tomorrow is another day. Drugs take the pain away. Sometimes I wanna run away. I wish there was another way. Tomorrow is another day. Drugs take the pain away. Sometimes I wanna run away.
And I ain't in the same.
See, I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly, I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. My head has been spinning, I might need a minute. I've been dying to kick it, so just come with if you with it. And this game that we're playing, you want me but won't say it. If I told you I'm leaving, you would be so devastated. Oh, and I don't want no bullshit excuse, like you ain't got no time for me, as if that shit was true. Just tell me how it is, how you want it. If you're down, wanna summit, I got plans and you're one of them. Not trying to pretend. See, I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly, I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah.
Hold up, did you really think I'm bad it? Say she wanna leave, but it's way too crowded. But I'll vibe with you, I'm playing games, I ain't trying to lose. And if I take you back, I'ma kiss your neck. I could be your now, I could be your next. I could be the one to relieve your stress. When we talk about sex, she unzip that dress. Bless, maybe one day I could take it. Give it to me, cause I'm tired of waiting. I'm like the latest, #1 play on your playlist. Don't trip if these other girls play it. And I don't like to fight, you're the type that I'd like to wife. Guy feeling like life is nice, at the movies eating Mike and Ike's. And if the price is right, then I guess I'm bout it.
See,
Yeah.
I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly, I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah.
Champagne for breakfast, first things first, never put you second, girl. Don't be stressing, I forgot to mention I'm bad about it, don't be offended. I fucks with you cause you're down to earth. Got an ounce of perp if you're down to burn. You got a plan and you're still in school, or you got a man but that shit is cool.
AB Production.
Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki if you wanna fight. I got the whole squad ready if you wanna die. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki if you wanna fight. I got the whole squad ready if you wanna die.
I'll talk shit while we wait in the lobby. China #1. Boy, you smelling like wasabi. Set the market cause the plane took off. Land in Pachiki, here we got the ball. Hear my footsteps while I'm approaching you. I got a double barrel and I will not lose. Blast your face and do that to your whole squad too. Hear them talking all they smack while I take their loot. I got an AK with the red dot. Switch to the mini 14, a headshot. Feel all my ammo cause they coming in hot. Running with the machete, I'm ready to just chop. Getting down in a prone, trying to hide from me. Shoot you down like a snake with my M16. I'm a cold-hearted killer, do it for the thriller. Warming up my stove for that roasted chicken dinner. Yeah, I see you peeking from a tree. Peek one more time and I put one through line of military. You won't survive, I promise, cause the way I shoot is scary. I'm like a ghost when I'm rocking the suppressor. You've messed with my M24 and you upset her. I see you hungry running straight to the crate. Camp it a little, then I'm making it rain. I got a pen, and I'm not afraid to use it. Hit you flat in the head when I'm pissed and lose it. I'm a chameleon when I'm in the ghillie suit. Marinate the flavor cause I'm prepping for that chicken
Drop down
soup.
that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki if you wanna fight. I got the whole squad ready if you wanna die. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki if you wanna fight. I got the whole squad ready if you wanna die.
Call me the professor, take you back to school if you wanna learn a lesson. Head down to the auditorium, killing everybody and my index feeling numb. You're pretty dumb cause you're going against the best in the game. I'ma set your body in flames. You wanna camp a house? I'll fractionate you till your ass come out. It's a 1v1 or your life is done. I'ma drop a clip on you when I raise my gun. Don't let me spot you from a distance. I got the time saved and you're passing through my vision. I'll knock your pretty helmet off where you're at it. Love the splash of blood and for that I am an addict. Shoot you blank in the head, on by my side and you tasting my lead. I'm the boogeyman, pedal to the metal. Run you over if I see you crossing through the middle. I got the whole clique riding in my Dacia, looking for some trouble if you wanna come and mess with us. No scope and I'm iron sight, red zone, I'm a dynamite. Throwing a left and a right if you coming at me, I'ma scream and punch your life.
Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki if you wanna fight. I got the whole squad ready if you wanna die. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki, pachinki, pachinki. Drop down that pachinki if you wanna fight. I got the whole squad ready if you wanna die.
Right? And if you like, you can stay for the night. Don't stay for the love, don't stay for the life. Know my name, then say it to me twice. Let me hear that shit, let me see that shit. You could be the one if you wanted to. Or you got games, you could keep that shit. Girl, come and let me know what you wanna do.
Be who you wanna be. I will not blame you. Do what you wanna do. Don't wanna play you. If you would come with me, then I would take you anywhere you want to go. Yeah. Even if you're looking for the one, and I couldn't be him, you'd be sure to see in that I won't just go and take home anyone. I'm about you, girl. See, I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah.
Only effort, discipline, loyalty earn the right to wear the dragon doji. You are here because the outside world rejects you. This is your family. I am your father. I want you all to become full members of the Foot.
All right, guys, welcome in. I am getting into the stream a little bit earlier than normal. Usually I wouldn't click over to the main screen until we jump into the first game, but we got a very special guest joining us tonight. We are joined by the amazing Eirene Shell, a PUBG partner. I am quite honored to have her here. It's going to be a learning experience for me to co-cast with someone, but it is fantastic to have her here. So I'd like you to all welcome Eirene in the chat. Eirene, are you there?
Hey, yeah.
All right, so yeah, Rose League, obviously you know all about it. You've played it in the past. How do you feel about coming in and co-casting tonight?
It is surreal, actually, just to think about it, that I started out in Rose League and I'm back again in it, but co-casting, not playing professionally, unfortunately. But it's nice to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh,
And
it's
I'm looking forward to co-casting.
like I said, it's our honor to have you. We've got some big special guests joining us over the next few weeks, guys. So Eirene is the first of many. We will have Angry Hoser join us next week. We'll have Bella Fox join us for finals this month. We've got the Bushka coming in next season. Also, I'm working on getting Wicked in and back for a night to come and join us, and a few other big names. So Eirene is just the start. I'm hoping she enjoys it and wants to come back. This is going to be amazing. But yeah, we're almost ready to kick off game number 1. I think in chat they're just asking for a couple more minutes to get a couple last minute players into the room. But yeah, we got 4 games coming at you tonight, guys. So let's try keep chat nice and active. Let's have some fun. And yeah, let's try get me to shut up as much as possible, and let's get Eirene casting, because she's amazing at this sort of stuff. She's very in tune with all the pro scene in PUBG Mobile, and I'm sure her knowledge will be fantastic here for Rose League. As she knows, Rose League.
I'll try my best.
As Eirene already knows, Eirene has played Rose League before, but it is an all-female event. It has a $500 monthly prize pool. It's the longest running event in the world, guys. Anywhere in the world for PUBG Mobile, no one even comes close, not even official PUBG Mobile events. So it's something I'm very proud of. We do have that $500 prize pool each month. It's amazing that we're about to hit 5 years, which is a big reason why I've got all these special guest co-casters coming in to celebrate. I can't wait for the first game to kick off. I'm very nervous, to be honest. I'm actually, to put it politely, I'm shitting my pants to have
No, don't say that.
some of these big
You
names
got
coming in,
this.
but it should be fun. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to
Hey,
it.
you're a big name yourself.
No, not at all.
The
Not at all.
ultimate shredder? There's no other shredder than you. Come on. Give yourself some credit.
Yeah, that makes me laugh. But it's amazing to have you. Like I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. These girls are they've probably changed a bit since you played back in the early days. These girls are almost professional players now. A lot of them are tier 1.
Oh, these girls, I'm sure they're savages on the
they're-
battleground.
They're absolute beasts. I wouldn't want to come up against them in a game. They're crazy good. They're tier 1 quality players. I think a big reason for me doing this and wanting to keep Rose League going so long is that I don't think females get the credit they deserve in the esports scene. And they also, I think we've got a lot of players here capable of playing on some of those big teams, but it's heavily dominated by males. We all know this. So this is a big reason I keep Rose League going, because these ladies deserve credit. And those of you who know this, Rose League was the first of its kind, an all women's event. And now, if you look on a lot of the South American servers, there's female leagues running just about every night of the week now, and it all started with Rose League. So it's something I'm very proud of, and these girls are absolutely amazing. They're incredible. They're very aggressive.
Love to hear, love to hear. And surprisingly, Rose League is one of among the first community tournaments actually run back in the day, just as soon as custom rooms were introduced into the game. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that.
It's so long ago. I remember when it started, and I have been talking to Wicked, and our memories are pretty shot. But we think Rose League started around season 3 or season 4.
Yep, season 3.
So it's a long time, because I think with all the new seasons and everything, we're in about season 32, 31, something like that overall.
Dang.
So
I lost count after 19, honestly.
it's been running a long time. It's a very special event, and it looks like we're about to kick off game number 1 here on Erangel. We might be missing a couple of teams for the first game. That sometimes happens because a couple of events overlap with us, but looks like most of our teams are in. We're missing team 13 at the moment. We're missing team 17. Yeah, so it looks like we're missing 2 teams overall, but We'll have 18 teams in the lobby ready to go, and I'm sure most of the people in chat are here to see you, Eirene. So it's going to be amazing.
I hope not to disappoint.
I'm sure.
But it's nice to see everybody, you know, chatting it up, getting all friendly, saying hi. I love that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, Rose League's very good. Like I said, it's not a professional event, so I try to communicate with my chat as much as I can, and we have a little bit of fun with it. But these girls are super aggressive, so we'll try catch as much of the action as we can. Green, thank you so much for the winner chicken dinner in chat. Much appreciated. Guys, welcome in. It's great to have you all here. If you have just joined us, we are joined by the amazing Eirene Shell. We're about to kick off game number 1. We have a flight path that starts off on the southwest corner of the military island. It's heading up in a northwesterly direction. You can see it just passing over that western side bridge, just out to the west of Pochinki, west of shooting range, and we're going to finish in the water out to the east of Zaki, west of Severny. Where would you be dropping in this flight path, Eirene?
Now that is a good question, because I would try to go as far as possible from the plane path. You know, not the popular areas, but just enough where I can get some good loot. But the thing is with this, when you have a lot of teams, everyone wants to play safe. So what you're thinking, they're thinking the same thing. So if I'm going to play safe, trust me, they're going to play the safe way as well.
Yeah, so the thing I've noticed with Rose League is that these girls all have their own separate drop points a lot of the time. You will see 1 or 2 fights early on in the game, but they spread themselves out pretty well. And then with Rose League, you get to, say, Zone 5 and Zone 6, and you've got 14 or 15 teams trying to push into these tiny little zones, and it's just full-on aggression. It's all-out war. It's amazing to watch, actually. These girls don't back away from fights. They're very aggressive, so it's really fun to watch.
That's very good.
You can see our zone is favouring the western side of the map. There's a couple of teams down on the military island, which is actually unusual. We usually only get 1 team that would go to military base, but it looks like we've got a team right down the south of military island as well. Looks like we've got 2 teams jumping straight over to Severny, so that's where we might head first, because we probably will have a fight there. We've got a few teams bunched up around the Rozok area, and 1 team in South George Pool, 1 team in North George Pool. So they had, like I said, they have spread themselves out quite well. But we'll head up to Severny with Team 20. This is Sophic Esports. Thank you for the follows, guys. Welcome in.
We got Lakers as well.
Yeah, Lakers Monarchy actually are a new team. They joined us last season. They're very good, actually. You'll notice the team list order is in order of, say, the top 5 teams are the top 5 teams from last season, and then everyone else has to register. If you finish in the top 5, you get an automatic slot. But we have about 30 to 35 teams usually registering, so the other 15 teams are hand-selected based on a few different criteria. Skill level, we want Rose League to be as competitive as possible. We also let a couple new teams in this season to try them out, and obviously supporting the stream and coming in. It's a big thing for our sponsors to have the numbers here, so that goes a long way to getting teams selected as well. But yeah, we're mainly looking at their skill level, trying to make Rose League as competitive as possible.
That's great. It's great to give them a platform to show off their skills, and I'm actually quite interested to see how the meta is different when it comes to, you know, the ladies, if they're taking a hint or 2 from the way the guys play.
So you can see one of the Lakers team here pushing into the same building. Or is that the same building? Maybe not.
They're building next to each other. But yeah, Lakers is pretty much close to a solo player right there, Team 20.
Yeah,
Zaris all on her lonesome.
Zaris is actually in the same building as one of the Lakers
Oh,
players.
it's in the same building,
She's
right
just
under.
downstairs, hiding downstairs. But yeah, you can see
Sneaky.
Maple takes a little bit of damage there from F444, who now puts a molly into that building. But yeah, these girls don't back away from fights very often. You will see, like, obviously, if a team gets 3 of their players wiped out pretty quickly, the 4th player will try and back out and keep the team alive and go for the placement points. But That doesn't happen a lot. Usually these teams will fight it out to the death. They're actually really exciting to watch. I'm not huge into the esports side of PUBG either. Like, I don't watch a lot of the pro stuff, but these girls, I get excited for Rose League every week. So these girls are great to watch. It's amazing to be to own this league. And F44 right out in the open there, taking a fair bit of damage. She manages to get back behind that rock. Maple in a good position behind that car to put her under a bit of pressure as she pushed out into the open there.
She's also getting some good support from her team at the backside, keeping her back safe and sound.
Yeah, they work really well together, and I like to see the difference in approach that some teams have. You know, some teams work on a let's all push together sort of basis, and other teams work on a 2x2 formation where they split, and then other teams like the Lakers here have spread themselves out around Team 20. You can see F44 going down there. Oh, 2 down now for the Lakers. Bonnie Bot is knocked as well. Zari's pushing in to help, but she's gone down as well. So Team 20 now are in a little bit of trouble, and Maple gets taken out. So that is the end of Sophic Esports, taken out by the Lakers Monarchy, who actually didn't lose anyone. They do have a couple players knocked, but they're going to be able to pick those guys up. 4 kills on the board, and looks like they're going to roll on from Severny.
They played that. Yeah, they played that waiting game pretty right, actually. They waited out, they assessed their surrounding areas, and they got to it.
So while that was going on, we also lost Team 21, which is Ixia Flora, in another location. So we're down 2 teams already, with 16 teams remaining, 64 players alive. But that was your first experience, your first fight in Rose League. And that's pretty much what to expect. Like, these girls will just battle it out to the death. And they are very skillful. Don't anyone in chat be surprised by the way these girls play. They could match it with some of these tier 1 teams. They just probably don't get the opportunities they deserve. All right,
it's nice also that this could be their stepping platform if ever they decide to go professionally, like in the route of going PMCO or PMPL. There's always that opportunity for them.
I would love to see more of these teams do that, actually. Like, I mean, I'm sure a few of them do already, but I would love to see more of these teams do that. I'd also like to see some of the big orgs and male teams start to look at some of these ladies as potential players on their own teams, because they are amazing players. There is absolutely no difference in the way they play. They are just as skillful.
I agree, totally agree.
They just don't get the credit they deserve, which I think is why Wicked started Rose League in the first place, and I've continued it and tried to grow it since then, because like you said, they deserve this platform. And now that there's so many other female leagues, they're getting a lot more notice and a lot more credit. But I'd still like to see them get mixed in with some of these big male teams and orgs. And I mean, I know there's some fantastic women player out there. I mean, we only have to go as far as look at the partners and look at Luna and how good she is.
Exactly. She has also played professionally in PMPL and played on a professional team with the other guys as well. And it was nice to see that representation. You don't have that too many representation, but it was nice to see.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's something I'm very proud of, Rose League. I could go on about it all day. It's amazing to see the chat so hyped up today, and everyone's here to see Eirene. So, you know, I'll try get her in and talking as much as possible, and I'll shut my mouth. I'm probably talking a little bit more than normal out of nervousness, but
you got this.
We see our circle has closed up now, so Pachinki is a very central position inside this zone. It looks like no one's actually in Pachinki. Goexi is not too far away, but they've pushed just north of Pachinki. They've actually got Team 8 not too far away from them, which is Gas Fem. That's actually my clan. And the female team that me and my girlfriend actually run for our clan. So they are a
Ooh,
new.
we might have a potential fight happening here with Team 5 and 8.
Team
Unless
5.
Team 8 actually runs away.
Looks
Oh,
like
they run away
it-
just
it-
in the nick of time.
Yeah, it looks
Otherwise,
like
if
they're
they waited just a
rotating
little bit,
away.
they could have gotten
So Team 5 is actually our third place finishers last season under Rain. They are a very, very good quality team, but definitely keep your eye on teams like Passion Fruit Fem, Goexia, Under Rain, Kazakh Limerence, Mighty. They are all very, very good teams and are consistently in our top 5. But yeah, I wouldn't rule any of these girls out. Like, I wouldn't want to face any of them on the battlefield at all. They would just destroy me and my 200 ping.
Honestly, if I were to face any of them, I would panic, sheer panic. If you ask anyone who plays with me, they will agree that I will panic for anything.
It looks like Team 10. This is Black Mamba. They are holding the end of the bridge, which might not be a bad move here because we've got one team that's close by. It looks like Team 14 have actually made their way from Military Island but using the other bridge. But Team 11 are not too far away from Team 10 here. And that is the Control Cuties.
Just at the Crossroad Bridge. We got some shots going off on Ducky.
Yeah, Ducky took a little bit of damage there. So
Okay, they're going to make the grand escape just in time.
Yeah, probably a good move. They were split up from their other teammates, and they're probably too far to help each other, so they probably want to get a little bit closer than what they are. It looks like Team 3 are getting close to Team 7 as well. They're both making rotations at the moment. Team 7 going one way, Team 3 going the other. They've literally just drove straight past each other.
A lot of teams now are just trying to find their spot actually on the map.
Oh,
trying to find that good hideout.
That, like I said, that's what happens a lot. These teams will spread themselves out. They want to get their loot. They're probably talking about their rotations and where they want to be and where they want to be in the circle. You'll see some teams look to find a center position. Other teams move in with the zone. They all play sort of different styles. But once we get to zone 5 and 6, you watch, it's just carnage. Like, it's so hard to get into those small zones,
dropping like flies.
And we all know that PUBG Mobile has a unique style, and a lot of their final zones are not in urban areas, so they're open spaces, and they're very hard to get into. So it just becomes all-out war when it's that many teams trying to push into such a small circle. Dosen just took a whole bunch of damage for Team 5. Team 19 from up on the hill, that's Black Tiger. Dosen manages to get on her stomach and get a heal in, but she was so close to going down there. Hey, Red Eyes, welcome in. Mummy, thank you for the rose.
As well.
All right,
It
so
looks like it's gonna maybe move away from the more urban areas. We're gonna have some more open areas for these teams.
And how often does that happen in PUBG? Like, you do not get urban finishes a lot. It is open spaces, so it's very important.
A lot of open space.
It's very important from especially zone 4 onwards to try get into that zone as early as possible and get yourself a good position, because if you move too late, there's already teams there. You can't get the cover that you need. It just becomes impossible. So those late rotations are very, very difficult to make stick. Looks like we've got a player down for Team 15, which is Thirst Pink. One of our new teams this season, actually. It looks like Lakers Monarchy may have got that knock up the hill. One of their players is pushing up.
Three-way.
Yeah, they're fighting with Team 5 as well. It looks like we've just lost another player from Team 15. Aisha getting that kill. Going for the revive now on Mayu, but Team 18 are also not far away. Goexi is also not far away, who are a very aggressive team. Looks like Team 18 knows that and are going to back away as a solo player. So they're going to make their rotation away from Goexia, which is not a bad move. I'd stay away from Goexia as well.
At this point, it's very hard to find a good spot, actually, without being, compromised in position, because you can be viewed and watch that from all vantage points.
Yeah, especially these teams holding the high ground here. You can see Lady is down right now for Goexia, so You can see every team member then just throwing smokes to cover her so they can get her up. They've got Team 5 under rain, not too far away from them. You can see Aisha actually looking down the scope towards Goexia right now. So they're going to be careful about popping up over that hill. But it looks like they are getting a revive right now. They've got 1 kill on the board here under rain. Our zone is out to the east of Pachinki. So it's a little bit... it's a lot of open territory. The teams are a lot more spread out than they look until you zoom in that map. They're a lot more spread out than they look. Team 12 have a player knocked in Pachinki. I'm not sure where that came from, but they're getting the revive now as we speak. Looks like Team 6 may have got that knock. That's Kazakh Limerence. They're not too far away. This is the problem I find with not having professional cameramen too, Irene. Like, at the start of the game and when there's so many teams and the circle's so big, you miss so much. Like, it's just impossible to catch everything.
That's true. That is very true. And we also have now the circle shifted, and now it's definitely out in the open. And it's going to be interesting to see what teams take what position, if they're going to go for the low ground or the high ground.
Well, that's an ugly circle. There's not much cover in that circle at all.
Not at all. Here you're going to depend on those trees to cover you, actually.
We got a fight actually happening right now. Team 10, Black Mamba, are taking on Team 7, which is my T. Red Eyes, thank you so much for the boost. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for having you here. I'm sorry if I missed stuff in the chat. But welcome in, everyone. It's fantastic to see you all here.
Passion Fruit has actually obtained the compound, and that's very smart of them to do, because that is one of the most sought out locations for cover. If they can manage to hunker it down and protect it, then I would say it is in their chance to win the match.
Oh, that's a big call early on. That's a big call. But Passion Fruit are definitely not a team to not back. They are a very, very good team. So, and I'm interested right now. Ashiki is down for Team 10 Black Mamba. Team 7 Mighty are not being super aggressive here. They're just holding the outside of the building. Cutie Pie sneaking out around the corner. They're trying to lay some shots. Cutie Pie taking some damage.
Third party from
Down goes Nyx. So it's not overly aggressive by either of these teams though. A lot of the time you'll see a knock and then you'll see teams starting to push. Feng Zai gets knocked from behind up the hill. Down goes Natalia, so Team 10 now are in a bit of trouble as we see Sinner maybe the last person up. She's in that vehicle, trying to remain hidden in the smoke at the moment, but she is the last player up for Black Mamba, so she needs to be very, very careful. And no, that's too late. She gets taken out third party style up the hill. Team 12, which is the Valkyries, getting that kill. So coming in and sneaking a couple of kills from the top of the hill. They've got 2 kills on the board, and they did a little bit of damage there to both teams. But I think MIT probably could have been a bit more aggressive there, and they probably kept themselves out in the open a little too long. They got a knock or two. They probably should have pushed that building. But
you live and learn, right?
Yeah, well, who am I to judge? I'd push and die, so... What else? Where is Passion Fruit? Passion Fruit, okay, so Passion Fruit have the only real main compound. They do have a very good spot at the moment, so it is a big call to call the victory this early, but you've heard it here first, guys. Irene thinks Passion Fruit are going to win.
If they hold that compound and if it's still in the zone, that is my prediction. We see now we have Team 6 fighting next to actually Team 16. They're in the ditch just outside of Pachinki.
Yeah, so Team 16 are a little bit more spread out. They're both using these ditches here to stay hidden. Kazakh Limerence are a very dangerous team. They actually...
Wow, the zone shifted. Sorry, I had to cut you there. The zone shifted towards Passion Fruit.
And that's actually shifted, so they've now got a pretty central position in the zone as well. We see Mai there get knocked for Kazakh Limerence. Now, Kazakh Limerence were a new season, a team that joined us last season, but the first 3 weeks of last season, they ran away with a huge lead and looked like they were going to be impossible to beat, and in the last week, they got pipped at the post, so...
Oh, it's now chaos.
2 down now. Team 16 are doing very well. This is Sleeping Forest. And they've actually eliminated Kazakh Limerence. That is huge for Sleeping Forest, one of our new teams here in Rose League. Well done to them. They've got 4 kills on the board, and all of a sudden we are down to 10 teams, 35 players just like that. Team 19 are in a bit of a fight too. Gigi is the last player standing at the moment. She has got one other teammate alive, but she is currently knocked. They are fighting up the hill with Team 5 under Rain, who are trying to push their way into zone.
You can see some passion fruit trying to get a knock, and I think they did succeed.
Yeah, on Team 22. That's Athena Esports. So they've changed their name this week, guys. They were Chum Bucket last week, but they have changed their name. Passion Fruit are a very, very dangerous team. There's someone that we keep an eye on a fair bit. They lost some points last week due to some crate shooting that caused a little bit of a ruckus with the Rose League community. So we ended up having to take some points away for crate shooting, but they are going to be a team that will get those points back. Wow, did you see that grenade? That just wiped out a whole team. Under Rain.
One amazing grenade.
They were trying to get a revive on 1 or 2 players there, and all 4 of them were bunched up, and that grenade just took them all out of the game. Team 22 are still going at Passion Fruit here. Passion Fruit are holding down a very important compound in the zone right now. Irene called it very early before the zone even shifted that these guys would have a good position, and if they stayed in zone, they may win this game. And I'm starting to agree with you, actually, because every other team you can see going down like flies right now. Team 12 down to 1 player standing. Team 5 pushing in very aggressively here. And you can see just like that getting taken out there by Under Rain, who are now starting to pile on the kills.
Well, the zone.
Under Rain have 13 kills.
See the zone, yeah.
So
the zone also shifted, but the one that's actually closest or have still a good position is Passion Fruit.
Yeah.
Other teams are still on the outskirts of the zone, but seeing as there's no cover, I'm not sure. Maybe Ace of Spades, Team 9, they might have a good position up with the high ground. But we'll see how this turns out.
So Under Rain are just running through teams at the moment. They've just got 2 more knocks. Dosen doing the work with the AK. Team 11 in a bit of trouble here. That's the Control Cuties. Ducky down in the grass, gets knocked. Ooh. So Control Cuties have 1 player left. And that's the end of the Control Cuties. Sheesh. Under Rain looking very, very dangerous here. 17 kills on the board. This is a huge game for Under Rain and their points tally. But Passion Fruit still holding a very, very good position, and that can be vital now that we only have 5 teams remaining.
The Team 3, Passion Fruit, spot Team 5, Under Rain. They might be their end goal, actually.
Team 14 are trying to push in as well, and they're just getting absolutely annihilated by Team 5. And they get taken out of the game in 5th place, so we're down to 4 teams now. We've got Ace of Spades, we've got Under Rain, we've got Passion Fruit, Fem, and we've got Team 22, Athena Esports. It's pretty tough to call a winner here, but I think you could be on the money with Passion Fruit.
It can go either way between Ace of Spades or Passion Fruit. That's where my money's at.
Yeah, with 20 kills on the board, though, I would not be ruling out Under Rain. Even though they're in a pretty bad position right now and using smokes for cover, I wouldn't rule them out because they have got a bunch of kills on the board right now. Aisha getting knocked there by one of the Ace of Spades players. You'd probably know Courtney from Ace of Spades, I'd say.
Yep. Courtney is one of also works in the esports. I would say esports division with me alongside.
Yeah, she
She
does. Yep.
handles the North American version, North American division.
She also
So we work alongside. That's
she
fun.
also was a big part of Godsent, I believe, at one stage. But yeah, I know I think she's an admin on the North American PUBG server as well.
Yes.
Passion Fruit are looking the goods here, Irene. You may have called this very early. That's why we got her here, guys. The professionalism just...
Once you have watched as many professional streams, esports streams as I have, you kind of like can predict easily where it might go. Or who might win.
Just knowing this league and casting this league for so long, I thought it was a huge call with 13 teams still remaining. But you know your stuff. There's no doubt about it. Passion Fruit have managed to keep the zone, stay in this compound the whole time. It looks like Ace of Spades now making the push on Under Rain. Aisha goes down.
Ooh.
Nova down for Under Rain. Sorry, Ace of Spades. Julia goes down as well. Looks like Ace of Spades now in a bit of trouble. Courtney's down on the ground in a prone position, but she gets the wipe on Under Rain.
Oh my god.
She clutches it up for her team. Her and Cherry remain alive. They've got 5 kills on the board, and they move into a final 3 position now. Under Rain, though, definitely lose no respect. They had 23 kills on the board when they got taken out, so they're picking up some major points in this game.
Savages.
But Passion Fruit, like you said, have this compound. That's going to make them very, very tough to beat here. There's no other real cover. These teams have, if they want to push Passion Fruit, they have to push through the open, and that's not going to be easy. And we're down as we...
Ace of Spades can play this really smart. They can wait it out and try to draw Passion Fruit out to come to them one by one. If they play it smart, they can actually now pick them out one by one and make it even.
Yeah, and now that Athenia Esports have just gone down to the play zone as well, it puts them in a position where they can wait. They don't have to worry about a second team coming in and third-partying them. But it is a 2v4, so they are in a pretty tough position here. And if they don't get this next zone and they have to move, they are in big trouble.
Passion Fruit does have to move. None of them have zone. So it's going to be up in the open in the grass.
And they are starting now to push up that hill as a team. It's a 4v2, so it's going to be tough here for Ace of Spades. But as we see Cherry go down, Courtney now the last one standing, and down she goes. Passion Fruit got the win, but we knew that when there was 13 teams left. Irene called it. Don't worry about it, guys. We don't need to watch the rest of the game. Passion Fruit are going to win this one. You heard it here first. But let's run through our top 5. Passion Fruit get the chicken dinner with 9 kills on the board. Ace of Spades are going to finish in second spot with 5 kills. We've got Athena Esports coming in third with 2 kills on the board. Under Rain coming in fourth, but they had 21 kills. Like, that is absolutely massive. And
way to go.
Realistic, I believe that is RG. I believe that's Realistic Gaming coming in 5th place with 0 kills. We'll scroll through quickly so everyone in stream can have a quick glimpse of where their team may have finished. It's amazing to see so many people are in here watching the stream, guys. Thank you so much. It's really appreciated. Everyone who's sending Elixir, subbing, really appreciate it if I have missed any of that. It's amazing to have Irene here. I'll try get her more involved in the next few games and stop talking so much. But yeah, how did you like your first game? And
I liked it a lot. It was nice to see the action, and the girls are not shy about it, I tell you. They will go at each other as soon as they can, and you can see that early on. Fights happened, teams held their ground. The ladies, they know what they're doing. It's no surprise also to see Passion Fruit winning. They played it smart. They had the zone. They waited out. They were patient, and they got those kills towards the end. That's also another smart move from teams or professionals in general, is when they know when to shoot and when to hold out and play it right. And it was nice to see the way Passion Fruit did it.
Yeah, I agree. Like you called it very early, but you were spot on. Like they had a very main compound that stayed in the zone right until pretty much that very last zone, and by that stage they were in a 4v2 situation, so they were going to be tough to beat. Yes, they didn't quite have the kill count that say Under Rain had, but they had the position, and we all know in PUBG Mobile that position is everything. It means a hell of a lot.
Yeah, sorry, I cut you off. I was just also going to add that not only that, but as well as Ace of Spade, they also played it actually very well. They maneuvered themselves into zone and stayed in a compound actually not far from Passion Fruit in a squad house next to them. And they also played it smart. They held their position, they waited in zone, and they moved last towards the end. So they came up as like I would say like a cleanup crew and just grab, those last strays at the end. To make it to the top two, that's also very good on them. Very good job.
Yeah, actually, Ace of Spades are actually surprising me the last couple of seasons. They've improved out of sight in the last few seasons, and they're starting to really challenge these top teams, which is fantastic to see because people like Courtney and Soul have supported Rose League for a long time, played in Rose League for a long time, so it's amazing to see some of those teams start to improve and start challenging some of these top teams. We've had a couple of teams here at Rose League that have dominated for quite a time. We had one team that won 5 seasons in a row, and it's great to see that playing in these leagues and playing alongside all these women it just improves you as a player. It can't not. Like even dying to these players improves you. You learn something every time you go out onto the battlefield with them, and that was an amazing first game, so I'm looking forward to the second game. We're going to take a short break, guys. We'll be right back with Game 2. This is Rose League, of course, brought to you by our sponsors, Darth Odin, AIO, Glitch Energy, and, of course, the Control Cuties. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you again to Eirene, but we'll be back again very shortly with Game 2. So stick around in the chat. We'll have some replays running in the break, and we'll see you all very soon.
See you in a bit.
Niggas must have forgot their alphabet. Let me explain. Here it goes. A is for ambition. Be what I wanna be. See past the situation that's in front of me. Doubt is an enemy. Zep, we say fuck 'em. The irony is they inspire me to love 'em. G is past go and ignite the cash flow. When H is put your heart in whatever's your last hope. I is Zion's fire, but two like the fire. So we be the streets' #1 supplier. And J is for them Jordans for my niggas when I make it. Give me 2 of those strange no-name kicks. Earth, wind, and fire type. Elemental beast that resembles me. And it accounts for elemental P. You the track up like, are you impressed? Get your bread, kid, but never let it go to your head. SS for success, to be the best. T is teach back what you learn at
get your mind right, cause F is for the fine life, and that's how you define life. But I say, G is get back to your home, and H is help the people that done help to along. Oh yeah, fuck it, we go back to F, cause that's for freedom. G is keep your good thoughts, cause buddy, you gon' need them. And H is if your hood stars, buddy, you gon' feed them. Cause it's bad enough when niggas get the check and get to leaving. J is for them jump offs, we wanted as kids. Looking through the glass, seeing the life we wanna live in. M is more money, more problems, and N-O is no P's, and that's pessimistic profits. Q, quit thinking, and R, you still with me, and S is stress less, and T is to infinity. U is that it's all about you, and that's why a nigga fucked around and left out I. VW is very wise, and X is this exam, but why lie? You got zip if you ain't got fam, and that's the alphabet.
For so long, been surviving for so long. I know that good things will come. I've been trying for so long, been surviving for so long. I know good things will come, they will come. Trying for so long, been surviving for so long. They will come. Trying for so long, been surviving for so long. They will come. Trying for so long, been surviving for so long. I know that good things will come, they will come.
If my songs go pop, 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 what makes you think I'm not okay with that? I took my backpack off, ready to change the game and run the track. Y'all thinking I'ma fall off? I'm Thomas the Engine. 2 seconds, you get your rocks off. That's right, I said you're all soft. So I paint over the scene like I'm Bob Ross. I got weed songs, if you smoke good. I got peace songs, hope you ain't so hood that you can't kick it, get it, have a party. Oh shit, homie, don't hurt nobody. Let your knees drop while the beat rock. Need my scheme seem something like P-Rock. You gotta hit the G-spot. Life's too short like an Ewok. Live it, let your nerves shake while the earthquake. Do the bird like it's purple rain. Now say something stupid about girls and drinks and slur your words and sip on Chardonnay. Now roll some up. What you waiting for? Roll some up. Eyes low if you roll like us. So when I say so, everybody jump, jump. Hey, about to turn a dream to a million, but we don't chase cream, so we feed it to the children. Paint new faces on the canvas as I write classic poems like Sanskrit. Epic, 3 letters, don't forget it. Pronounce soul, but I got soul in excess. The next best to the best, but the best ain't rain yet. So I guess we all kings, yes. A rising tide will raise all boats, but if you throw stones, nobody floats. Negativity breeds nothing but ills. That's why I paint the perfect picture with the team that I build. Say cheese and pose like a G and some gold dookie ropes like Run DMC. Too many homies on my team, made a whole fucking album with my family. Yeah. If you love life, don't ever let it waste, y'all. That's why you gotta make love, make peace, make noise, make art. Let me get a soul clap. Can I get a soul clap? Let me get a soul clap. Can I get a soul clap? Soul clap for me.
Let's get rich and give everybody nice sweaters and teach them how to dance. Let's get rich and build a house on a mountain, making everybody look like ants. From way up there, you and I, you and I.
Yeah.
Let's get rich and buy our parents' homes in the south of France. Let's get rich and give everybody nice sweaters and teach them
Snake, good. I try to tell him both. I try to tell him both. Let's get it. I got you on what? Yes. One time. My homie selling chronic when my partners pushing property. My DJ making him sandwiches so that he can rock with me. Mom grading overtime, underappreciated.
damn, I feel the pain. Know that it's under alleviated. Feel like I'm under a microscope. Dope will find my particles. So you'll see me pop up in little critical articles talking about who's the next to the best of beaming with that potential. Y'all pretending to like me is boosting my credentials. Had introductions with fancy. I've been acquainted with lavish and learned it wanting is haunted. We used to know you don't have it. I want bucks like in Tampa. Never lower my standards. That's why I still got my eye on this little thing from Atlanta. I'm getting better, baby. Nothing is new. And if you tell me that you fuck with me, I fuck with you too. I got the goods for you haters. I just stick to the roots. And when the mountains blow, load a silver bullet and shoot. I'm like. Round two, man. Scotty always keep your head up. Know the universe is rooting for us. It's all the days we fed up that'll never let us let up. Working graveyard shifts to reach the top of the totem. Swallow emotion like I'm drowning the ocean. I'm autographed my initials like the MVP. Let's make a show of my reality on MTV. Until the death, I'm repping local in the DMV. The kid connected from the Apple to the SEC. So many tens I see. My brother swanking me, just doing our thing. Now him and D-Rock earned a scholarship and got that ring. We elevated, we too fly for y'all to chop our wings. The celebration's overdue. Bottle pop like kings. I'm fighting lazy, killing 16s with gratitude. Never liked authority and always copped an attitude. Never
Right, it is time. Game 2 here on Miramar with the amazing special guest that we have, Eirene Shell. What are you expecting to see here in Game 2?
Well, looking at this plane path, I'm gonna predict actually first the circle to be south, I'll say. Maybe southeast. And then we'll see how the teams will go from there. I'll put my prediction for who's gonna win the match down to when it's like 10 teams left, maybe something like that. I'm curious to see who's gonna win this one.
Let's
I
not
haven't
ruin
seen
your
the ladies play
100%
on Miramar.
accuracy. You called it with 13 teams left last time, so let's go with that. Let's call it at 13 teams again.
All right.
Miramar can
We'll
be
see
a
if
little
13
bit harder to predict with the zones. I find probably the hardest map to predict on is Vikendi because the zone shifts there are crazy. You also get a lot of zones with a lot of water in Vikendi. I don't know if you've noticed that.
That's true. There's usually when it's in like the professional esports tournament like PMPL or PMCO, but especially PMPL, a lot of the audiences in the chat are like water zone, but they want to see a water ending actually, because even though it might be a pain for the teams, it's such an enjoyment for us when we're watching all the chaos.
Yeah, Vikendi's like it hasn't been. We only introduced it into Rose League a few seasons ago now, but it doesn't get used. It didn't get used in a lot of esports events until recently. But it's good to have the 4 maps and have all 4 on rotation rather than playing 2 on a wrangle like a lot of people used to do. But I find just the zone shifts on Vikendi are crazy. You get a lot of water zones. We've had total water finishes on Vikendi. It's crazy. Big shout out to Melody from Passion Fruit in chat. Gifting 2 winner chicken dinners and a coconut juice. Thank you so much, Melody. Good luck to you and Passion Fruit. We
do have actually team 18 and 20 close together again. Probably they do have similar drop spots, but they are the ones that fought in the beginning of Erangel in Severny. I'm curious to see how this plays out. Who's going to come up as a winner? If this is like a revenge type, actually.
It's actually interesting that they drop together. I know some of the female leagues that they play in actually have a section in their chats where they can nominate their drop zones, so teams know where each other drop. So if teams are looking for points, like obviously the easiest way to do that is to land with a team, but it's also very risky. You can also get eliminated early and you know, not getting placement points, although the placement points has sort of changed in the last couple of seasons. It used to be a lot more points for first place, and teams used to hold on for those placement points a lot more than say they probably would now, because kills mean a lot more now that you only get the 10 points for first. But you know, it's interesting to see that these teams have landed together again. Looks like Team 20 are trying to back off a little bit though. Lakers Monarchy have spread themselves out all over town here in Montenegro. We got a couple of teams up in La Cabrera. We got a couple of teams in El Pozo. Only one team dropping in Picado, which is interesting. We usually have 2 or 3 teams landing in Picado. We got 2 teams in San Martin. So we may see a few early battles here. I may switch over to Team 21, which is Ixia Flora. They were our second team eliminated in the last game. We've got all 20 teams in this second game, so we've got a full lobby. And we're bound to see a lot of action. We're bound to miss a lot of action too, but yeah, it's incredible to have someone else here casting. It's very different for me not doing it all myself and getting used to throwing it to someone else and not running out of breath and getting a sore throat. And but it's good to have someone else's insight.
You can let go and leave it all to me.
Oh well, that's fantastic. I mean, after last game and just your knowledge on esports and how teams sort of play, and that is very refreshing. Because, like I said, I don't watch a lot of esports. I don't watch a lot of the professional events outside of streaming. I've got 4 children, so I can be pretty busy a lot of the time, and yeah, I don't get to watch a lot of esports and stuff. I used to back in the day, but a lot of the teams I used to watch and support, and a lot of the players I used to support don't play anymore. So it's very different now. But the strategies really haven't changed. A lot of the teams use the same strategies, and like I said, there's so many different ways they can play with either you see teams like pushing as a group of 4, or you see teams splitting up in 2v2s. You also see some teams that split off altogether and they try surround teams. And that can be, I find that strategy can be good in some respects, that you surround the team, you can put them under pressure from all angles, but it can also be very risky because if you get knocked, it's very hard to be saved from that position when you don't have someone nearby. So it's interesting to watch how the teams go about it and how they play. And as you can see on the map now, all those teams that we called out that were next to each other in towns have all separated. We haven't lost any teams yet. It looks like we've only got 2 teams close together in San Martin. Team 12, Valkyries, and Team 5, which is Under Rain. And we've seen last game, they are very dangerous with the kills. So although they finished in 4th spot last game, I actually wouldn't be surprised with their kill count if they got enough points to actually take 1st place.
Based on their amount of kills they got last match, definitely put them in 1st place.
But yeah, it's hard with Rose League because we can't do scores straight away because we actually have to watch videos and all that before we do the scoring, because we have to make sure all the players are female and all that sort of stuff. Oh, big shout out to my girlfriend Snacks. Thank you so much, babe, for the 5 gifted subs in chat. We've just hit our sub goal in 1 hit. Thank you so much. Also, welcome to Darth Odin, one of our sponsors. Appreciate you being here, mate. I know you were excited to come in and see our special guests over the next few weeks. He was very excited to come in and watch you cast Rose League, Irene. I've been chatting with him the last few days.
Hi. We actually have a knock for the team in San Martin, so Team 5.
Yeah, Mayu is actually currently
Under
down.
Rain. She got sniped by passion fruit up on the hill, so there's a 3rd-party action going on, actually.
Also, Super just got knocked with a beautiful grenade from Aisha. Long-range grenade coming through the window. Team 12 are a little bit more spread out at the moment than Under Rain. They are trying to get that revive right now. It looks like Mayu has been picked up. But look at O'Daddy's position here. She is by herself away from the rest of her team, but she could also take Under Rain by surprise if they pop out of those buildings because she is behind them.
Yes, I can see also they're trying to figure out where the rest of the players are. Under Rain is assessing the situation. They know they have a team up the hill. They know they have a team near their building.
So there we go. Oh,
What are they
Daddy
gonna
did
do?
get the knock on Katina and Aisha now. She's pushing in a 2v1 situation. She's got one knock. She's down low on health though, so she does need to be a little bit careful. And she only had the mini up close, which is very hard to get the job done, and she ends up getting taken out of the game. Quickly thirsted. But Eirene are in a little bit of trouble right now with two players knocked. It looks like the rest of the Valkyries have taken that opportunity to start pushing up. We can also see...
Passion Fruit also got a knock.
Yeah, we can see Passion Fruit coming in for a third party from the top of the hill.
They're actually providing some help for Eirene, you know, distracting Valkyrie.
Yeah, it sort of stopped their pushing a little bit. And Valkyries have 2 players down now and only 1 player left up, so they got to try get these revives. The good thing for Valkyries right here is that Passion Fruit are where they are because it makes Eirene's push a little bit harder.
Alright, we have Eirene pushing a little bit. They want to get the upper hand. They know Valkyrie has knocked players. They can guess that by the shots by Passion Fruit.
Oh, down
Let's see
goes
where that's gonna
Dosen.
take, because we got
Beautiful
some nice
grenade.
grenades.
Down goes Mayu as well. Aisha still left inside that building. Want to be careful of the grenades. Thank you for all the elixir snacks. I appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much. We've got some amazing supporters here on Channel Shredder, especially when it comes to Rose League and my shredded scrims that I run on Wednesday nights. And you know,
every team seems to be converging on San Martin right now. There's like a four-way.
Yeah,
fight
Go
going on.
Exia have pushed up to the billboard hill as well. So these two teams down in San Martin now are actually in worse positions than they were a couple of minutes ago due to the other 2 teams up on the high ground.
I'm telling you, this is like they're like a sitting ducks right where they are.
They really are. They can't move out into the open, but it also makes it so these 2 teams can't really push each other, so they're able to get these revives. But you can
I'm
see...
curious to see if maybe Synergetic Girls Team 17 are hearing this action going on, and then maybe they want to third party that. I'm curious to see if that's gonna happen or not. I would take the opportunity to third party this early on. It'll be easier to get kills.
Especially with 4 teams in this location, it's a little bit easier to fly in under the radar and have other teams distracted. So, but we see Slump go down to another grenade. Grenade's getting a lot of work done here early on, and Eirene are in a bit of trouble, but they do end up eliminating the Valkyries.
Ooh.
Thank you for the mystery box, elixir, snacks. Big shout out to everyone in chat who's gifting elixir and subs. You're all amazing. Eirene will attest that we can't do what we do for a living without the support of you guys. So it is absolutely amazing the support I get here on Trovo and over on Twitch when I do gameplay. It's really appreciated. We can't do this for a job without the support of the community. So it's very much appreciated from me and all content creators. We can't do it without you guys. So a big shout out to all you guys in chat. It is absolutely massive to be able to do what we do. I'm sure Eirene has some amazing supporters as well that do the same thing in her chat, and like all content creators do. So big shout out to you guys.
Definitely.
And a huge thank you. Go
It's
Exia.
definitely a community thing.
I
Can't do
like
without the community.
Go Exia's position here. This is a position that I will try to take in San Martin quite often, especially because I like my bolt action sniper rifles. It's very hard to get eliminations up here. You can knock someone, but if your team's all up there, it's very hard to push up the hill from San Martin to get the finishes. So it's a pretty good position. They only really have to worry about teams coming in from behind them, which at the moment isn't really a threat. But it looks like, as we speak, Lady and Leo Mary are rotating in buggies down the hill. maybe to get a different position here. But Kazakh Limerence have also moved into San Martin.
They're passing by.
We've still
They're
only
trying to
lost
get
the
all
one
into the
team.
zone.
Um,
Only one team so far.
Yeah, I mean, and we managed to catch that, so I'm actually quite surprised. We see our zone is around the water treatment. A lot of teams starting to make rotations up there. The map's starting to get pretty heavily filled with vehicles and stuff at the moment. We're watching Kazakh Limerence now as they make that rotation straight towards Passion Fruit, but it looks like Passion Fruit may be close to Gas Fem to my clan's team, who we've just taken on this season, actually. My partner is the team owner, and I sort of pay for all their events and am sort of the sponsor for them. But we're excited to see what they can do over the next few seasons of Rose League. Kazakh Limerence keep going on their rotation. It looks like we've got a fight out of zone here with Team 14 and Team 10. Bubblegum has been knocked for Team 14. Team 10 are pushing in. This is Nyx coming in, getting the finish. So Team 10 pick up their first kill of the game. We're still only down one team though, so there's a lot of people still to push into this zone, which is Zone 3. What position here would you be looking at, Eirene? Where would you want to be heading? Water treatment can be a little bit of a sucker position, if you ask me. Like, people will see that as cover and hard cover, but it is in a bit of a valley and can get you in a bit of a trouble.
It is in a valley. It is in a valley, but if you use it to your advantage, you can actually hold water treatment really, really well. I've seen other professional teams do it, and a lot of times the zones do end up around water treatment. So definitely you gotta learn how to hold down the fort at that position.
I think right now it's possible. It's probably a good place to be, but I think later in the game, if that's like the center of zone and you've got 3 or 4 teams on the surrounding hills, it can be very hard to get out of. It's a lot like landing prison on a Wrangle. If you get teams up on the hills, it's very hard to get out of prison. And like I said, with the hill on San Martin, you can get the knocks, but it's also very hard to push up those hills and get the finishes. So I don't know if that's a position I'd be taking.
Yeah, the area though around water treatment, even the hillside, you do still have some good cover, even if it's open. Teams can hide between the crevices of the valley, like the dips and the ditches. So that position, even though it's open, it's still doable for a lot of teams. I'm curious to see where Passion Fruit is going to be staying majority of the zone. They currently have a good position. It can also be their game to win. I'm just saying.
I mean, are you calling it already? 17 teams left. Are you ready to call a winner yet?
Not yet, but the potential is there for Passion Fruit. I'm saying
again.
There.
Again, Passion Fruit. You've got a supporter here, I think. Team 22 are in a bit of a fight right now with Team 14. It looks like one of the Team 22 players is trying to get away. A Fairy is also trying to do the same, so they're going to lose 2 of their players, have 2 players remaining, and they're going to rotate away from Team 14, who are at the moment getting a revive. It looks like Madeline's been taken out for the controlled cuties. And just like that, we've actually lost 2 teams very quickly. So Thirst Pink, Team 15 and Team 20 have both been eliminated in pretty quick succession there. Looks like
see a lot of fights going around right here.
Oh, we see Team 22 just get eliminated by Mighty, causing that vehicle explosion. Yeah, this is what happens now at Zone 4. They're all pushing into the zone. They're forced to become closer and closer together, and you start to see a lot of teams getting taken out, especially during rotations.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we got also some 20 out in the blue zone. It's not very smart at this position, or at this time in the match. You have to find a way into zone as quick as possible. Do not wait. You gotta rotate as soon as you see that zone.
Yeah, zone 4, I like to call this out a lot, actually. Zone 4 is probably the last zone you can really survive in the blue. You can still get a revive in zone 4, but once it hits zone 5, it really starts to chunk away your health. You can't get revives anymore. So it's from zone 4 onwards, it's probably best to, like you said, to get into the zone as early as possible, get a position that hasn't been taken yet. Because the longer you wait, the harder that becomes.
Exactly. I know a lot of teams, they would like to play the edge, but when it comes to Miramar, early rotation, quickest rotation, fastest rotation is the way to go, especially on Miramar.
Alright, so all of a sudden we're down to 13 teams. It's time for you to call out your winner. Are you still going with Passion Fruit?
Yes, I'm still going to go with Passion Fruit.
Well, they have a position in zone, so they have that advantage yet. They don't have any kills on the board yet, but like we've seen last game, position is everything, and you can start to pick up a few kills later on as teams get dragged in closer to you. If you can keep that zone position, definitely helps a lot. And you see it in the professional tournaments as well, that the teams that are going through the lobby and dominating the lobby don't always get blessed with the zone, and they get put in a position where it's hard to move into zone, and a team that's held a position early gets the win because they're just in a better position. It sometimes doesn't have everything to do with the gun skills, more just the position you're in and how hard it is to be pushed and taken out in the late game. But Passion Fruit look to, at the moment, be picking good positions in both the games, where they're getting zones and they're having teams having to push to them rather than having to push out in the open, which is helping them big time.
A lot of the ladies are playing it smart. It's nice to see the different rotations and the different play styles for these teams. Just looking at how the circle is and how the teams are now trying to make their way into the zone. Miramar and Sandhawk, I would say, are brutal with their zones, and a lot of teams tend to die out of in the blue zones, actually. Sandhawk is famous for their massive kills just for in the blue zones. Blue zone is the MVP.
We see, oh, definitely got a 1.7 million KD. And we see Mighty actually get taken out there trying to get a revive. Team 17 pushing in from behind. Passion Fruit are being pushed by Under Rain again, so they're in a bit of a battle like they were in game 1, as we see Dosen get knocked. A bit of a jump shot there by Taro. Well done to Taro. Passion Fruit are holding this compound really well at the moment. And Under Rain...
They're now fighting against Under Rain, yeah.
Yeah, Under Rain are finding it very hard to get in. They've actually only got one player left standing. They have 11 kills, so 32 kills in our first 2 games for Under Rain. They're looking very, very good tonight. They're just not getting the zones. And down goes Katina as we speak. So that's Under Rain eliminated in 8th position. So what is your favourite map to play, Irene?
Professionally or for fun? It's two different.
Whoa, let's answer both.
Okay, so professionally, Erangel, for fun, Sandhawk.
Okay, so for fun, you like the hot drop? You like going into boot camp, or?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I can't play like that because I'm a 200 MS player. Hot dropping for me is terrible. I'm more of a I'd like to think tactical player, even though I'm not that skillful. My favorite map to play is Erangel, but I really love Miramar because I snipe, and probably that's the one thing I am decent at is sniping. But yeah, Miramar would probably be my favorite, but I play Erangel the most, I'd say.
Erangel the top. You also see now Team 16 having the zone, 16 is Sleeping Forest. It's interesting to see what Passion Fruit is going to do in this instant. How are they going to push towards zone with a couple of teams in front of them? I did say earlier that if Passion Fruit does well, they can win this match again. I give them my full confidence that they can win this. And now I'm curious to see how Sleeping Forest is going to hold their position, actually.
Yeah, this is the first time really Passion Fruit have been tested tonight with having to rotate late in a game. So this is going to show what they can really do as we see Rival go down to Ducky, but Ducky gets taken out by Chiwis. Great support there by Chiwis. Control Cuties also have Zay go down, so Passion Fruit doing a bit of damage to two teams. Yogi's down for Passion Fruit. Rival getting picked up by Chiwis, but Yogi's a little bit separated from her team at the moment. All of a sudden, we're down to 4 teams. So we've got Sleeping Forest, Go Exia, Black Mamba, and Passion Fruit remaining. If Passion Fruit win this again, I'm never doubting you ever again, Irene.
We'll see how it goes. Passion Fruit is down to 1 knocked and 2 standing players. Let's see if they can get their V5. It's gonna be hard because I think teams are distracted with all the shots all around them. It's hard to see where they're focusing on and who they're focusing on.
Black Mamba is in a fight right now.
All of them.
So Black Mamba taking on Team 16, Sleeping Forest. You see Nixie is down. She's in a bit of trouble. Black Mamba, I think, down to 1 player. I can't seem to find that 1 player, though. Oh, there she is. So she's well away from the rest of her team, holding a little hill by herself. But she has zone, so she doesn't really have to move right now. But I'm sure it would be nice to have.
Passion Fruit also is... Ooh, okay. We got some nades coming out.
Taro gets knocked.
The red zone.
Taro is down at the moment for Passion Fruit, so they're down to just 2 players standing. Rival gets taken out. Passion Fruit get eliminated in 4th position. And Sleeping Forest are going to be pretty hard to beat here now because it is a 4v1v1. Melly in trouble, and Melly gets taken out in 3rd place for Go Exia. So it's a 4v1 now against Ashiki, and Ashiki gets taken out. So Sleeping Forest getting blessed with the zone there at the end of the game has helped them come to a victory. But my hat's off to you, Irene. You called it again at 13 teams. Passion Fruit again made it inside the top 4 and looked very good right up until they were eliminated. So Sleeping Forest just probably got the... Yeah, they probably just got the luck of the zone against them there at the end. And it was the first time in the 2 games that they've had to really push out a zone and try and make that rotation. And Sleeping Forest got the position and they made it work. And they actually won the game with all 4 players still alive, so they held that position really well. They do get the chicken dinner with 12 kills on the board. Black Mamba will finish in 2nd spot with 2 kills. Go Exia will finish in 3rd with 9 kills. And we got Passion Fruit in 4th place with 7 kills. And the Control Cuties will round out the top 5, 3 kills on the board. We'll scroll through just so everyone watching can see where your team that you're supporting may have finished very quickly. And then we'll look at our top 3 players there from that game. So Kira getting the final kill. Aisha getting the best companion with 3 revives and 1 assist. And going all out was Cutie Pie, 6 kills, 549 damage. So what differences did you notice there on Miramar from the teams? What would you have liked to have seen more of? And did it really? I guess it didn't really pan out the way you expected it to with the zone and Passion Fruit. But what did you like seeing there in game 2?
I like that we saw early fights early on. There was a lot of back and forth, knocks and revives, knocks again. It was nice to see because usually as Miramar as big as it is, you don't tend to see a lot of early fights because teams would be very spread out from each other. So it was nice to see that early fights happening. Sorry for the teams who had to go out early and wait really long for their next match. But otherwise, I love the action, and I was very surprised to see I was surprised to see Sleeping Forest win this match because I didn't expect it. I was expecting more of the top 5 names that we usually see, like Passion Fruit, Under Rain, Kaze, Go Exia, to be in the top finish. But it was nice to see Sleeping Forest take that win. They played the zone right. Passion Fruit had the zone against them, but they did their best and made it to top 4, which I'm happy about. Prediction not on point, but I was kind of close. I would say.
I'd say you were.
I'm
I'd say you
curious
were
to
very
see
close.
the next.
I'm not doubting you again. And the interesting thing there with Sleeping Forest is that they had a total roster change this week. So we have a rule in Rose League that the slot actually belongs to the players, not the orgs. So obviously, when they had a full roster change, we offered it to the slot to the players first, who didn't want to take it. So when Sleeping Forest org changed all their players, we let them keep the slot, but they were told that they had to start again from zero. So they lost the score that their players got for them last week, because it's not fair to give them points that other players had earned. But they come in this week starting fresh, and they had a pretty good game in game 1, but they've come out here in game 2 and taken the win. So that will push them up the leaderboard, no doubt about it, for their first week coming in and having a new roster, which is absolutely massive for the team and the manager that have brought them in. But yeah, it was surprising to see them win. You know, I was, as soon as you said Passion Fruit, I was like, yeah, I'm not doubting you here. Passion Fruit are definitely one of our best teams running around at the moment. They are definitely rivaled by, say, Goexia and Under Rain, teams like that. And we see a lot of these other teams, lesser-known teams, now starting to push up and challenge these leaders. And that's what I love about Rose League. It's becoming so competitive. And now that we've got so many teams registering for 20 slots, it's so hard to pick the 20 best teams because, I mean, if I could, I'd put 30 of them in. There's just... every team is capable of winning on their day, and obviously Zone plays a big part in that, which it did in that game. But Sleeping Forest held, like you said, they held that position really well, and not one player died for them. Not one player got knocked. They held They held those positions, and the one thing I found critical there is that they didn't separate and try to take on 2 or 3 teams at once. They all fought the same team. So they took out one team, they moved on to the next team. They didn't separate their fights, which can be damaging sometimes.
Yeah, it does, especially when you have to focus on 2 sides. It feels like left and right. Like I believe Goexia had to focus on both Sleeping Forest and Passion Fruit. So they were, split between the two. If they focus only on one team, they can finish them really quickly and move on to the next team. But when you're in that position and the fights break out all around you, it's very hard to focus on one team and eliminate all of them, because you never know when a team can come up right behind you and take the opportunity to third party you.
Yeah, that's
exactly. So it was very good on Sleeping Forest because they did not have anybody behind them. That was very smart, that they kept their back close to the blue zone. And they still had a good view of where they were standing because they had a little bit of the high ground. And props to them, basically. Like, they had their focus set in, straight, and they knew what they were doing.
All right, so we're about to take our break before we go to Game 3 on Vikendi, but I just wanted to read out one quick message in the chat for you, Irene. So Darth Odin, one of our sponsors here, who's been very excited about some of the co-casters we've got coming on. Me and him especially are huge fans of the Bushka. I play with Bushka a little bit, but we are huge fans of him, so having him come in was absolutely massive for us, and then having you and Bella Fox agree to doing it as well. Like, we were both very excited about it. He's a sponsor here at Rose League, also one of my best friends. But he wrote in chat, when you thought Rose League couldn't get any better, Shredder does it by getting such awesome guest casters. It's great having Irene co-casting.
Aw, that's very sweet of him. That was nice to read or to hear as well.
So we will take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back with our third game on Vikendi. Stick around in the chat. Of course, we will have replays running in the break. We'll be right back with Game 3. This is Rose League, brought to you by Glitch Energy, AIO, Darth Odin, the Control Cuties, and of course, Channel Shredder.
See ya.
siren in my mind. I can't decide if I was dreaming or alive. There's something circling the water where I'm swimming. Smoking weed is telling me the demon isn't winning, but girl, I'ma tell you what's next. I could play the role, filler if you really want that. I could be the one that you're gonna wanna want back. Even if I read into it deep, I got the combat ready on lock for you. I'm watching all the clocks, but the talk of the ticking hand stop for you. I'll write the plot for you, but won't implement an ending. My eyes are realizing what I'm witnessing is tempting, but let me recollect myself first. My lids are dropping low like that DG self-worth. I'm only under 20, gotta learn how health works. Maybe when I do, then she'll cast me. I could play the role, oh, cinematic and she know, oh, she could probably cast whoever, but give me the lead and we'll last together. I could play the role, oh, cinematic and she know, oh, she could probably cast whoever, but give me the lead and we'll last together.
Trust issue she got, only sipping Ciroc. Spent more than she made, now she doesn't like what she bought. Stressing over the luxurious things, but all the diamonds in the world doesn't make up a queen. Call me 19 times tonight, don't tell me you're fine. You got a beautiful smile, what a perfect disguise. Said you gotta pay rent and the money ain't on time, and your man just left and leave a dollar sign. Well, you know I got it, I'm on it on what you need. You say your life is a movie, I guess you're needing a lead. And I can play the part, steal your heart, wait and you'll see. So tell me girl, who finna fit the part better than me? Lois Lane, I'm your Superman, promise I'm the better man. Hand in hand together, we're better than anybody, and things happen is the only way to word it. Nothing's made perfect, every moment make it worth it.
I could play the role,
Yeah.
oh, cinematic and she know,
Ivan B.
she could probably cast whoever, but give me the lead and we'll last together. I could play the role, oh, cinematic and she know, she could probably cast whoever, but give me the lead and we'll last together. Yeah. Yo, look, yeah. So take me somewhere cool, places only we know. Gotta get my time before she call up Tarantino, and end up in the theater on a screen in the casino in a 007 scene like Holy Toledo. Am I dreaming or not? I need a totem just to show him that I'm real. Come on. Now I know that you're thinking about us both, and wherever it goes, I'll be ready on my top.
All right, we are back for game 3 here on Vikendi. I don't know what you're expecting from this game, but one thing I can say about Vikendi is we're probably gonna get ugly zones, and we're gonna see a lot more teams die earlier than we do on most maps. I'm calling it early that there will be 2 or 3 teams landing in Podvosto. We usually see 1 or 2 teams get eliminated there pretty quickly. But what are you expecting here on game 3 in the snow, Irene?
Good question. So far I have no expectation, but I believe we're not gonna see too many fights. I'm gonna be the opposite of you there. I think teams will be a little bit more spread. I think we'll see fights a little bit later on, as soon as the zone shifts. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what unfolds here, but like I said, I'm calling early fights in Podvosto. The winery usually can have a little bit of action, but that's a fair jump from the flight path, so we may only have 1 or 2 teams there. I also noticed on Vikendi that the first zone is a lot smaller than the other maps. I don't know if that's intentional.
Probably have changed the setting for that. It does look way smaller.
But this has been a thing for now for a couple of seasons where it's been this tiny. Also, I'm so glad that they listened to me and a couple of other the casters in the VIP server and got the spectator mode fixed. I don't know if you've seen that, how it was a couple of weeks ago with all the death boxes glowing red and stuff. It was absolutely impossible to find fights, and we were missing so much because everything was just glowing red on the map. And for the first time, actually, I am wrong. Only one team has landed in Podvosto. Usually we've got 3 here, so that's very, very strange. But we've got Team 18, Lakers Monarchy, who have landed next to someone every game. Again, landing next to Gas Fem. It looks like Piers is in a bit of trouble, maybe with no weapon there. She does get knocked. She does have an AK, but she gets taken out of the game very, very early. Gas Fam.
We do have actually a couple of teams together.
Yeah, Goroka, Peshkova, there's a couple of teams as well.
We also have up north, Zabava, Port.
It looks like Gas Fem are in a bit of trouble here. They've had 2 players go down very, very early and down to 2 players already. Team 18, which is the Lakers Monarchy, picking up a couple of early kills, but we've got a fight now kicking off in Peshkova. Ixia Flora, who haven't had much luck tonight. They've been taken out pretty early in both games. They come up against Black Mamba. Kali's being picked up right now, but also being pushed by Nyx. And down goes Ixia Flora, just like that. 4 kills on the board for Black Mamba, taking no casualties whatsoever. They didn't even take much damage. Nyx took a little bit, but they got that job done pretty easy there. Ixia Flora, unfortunately, not having a great night, being eliminated in all 3 games pretty early. Let's head up near the port, where we've got a bit of a fight happening as well. Team 15, Team 14, and Team 16 are all in pretty close locations to each other. Team 16 is, of course, our winners
1 kill off
from last game. They've got 1 kill on the board already, Sleeping Forest. They'll be looking to continue their winning ways from game 2.
And actually, surprisingly, looking at the map and looking at how the teams are spread, neither you or me were right, but neither you or me were wrong, by the way. You predicted early fights. I predicted not, like a lot of early fights. So we met halfway.
I'm actually just glad to see, because I'm telling you, 70% of the time on Vikendi, especially in comp games, and we use competition tournament cards, so but a lot of the first zones are like 50% water on Vikendi, and I'm surprised to see a zone that's right in the center of the map.
I bet the teams are very happy on this. We also have Team 22 picking a fight with Team 19. So Athena versus Black Tiger.
We've also seen Kanae and Bubblegum just go down. 1 for each team for Sleeping Forest and Team 14, which is Realistic Gaming. They're going to get the revives because they are fairly separated from each other and taking each other down from distance. Where's the fight you just called out? What team was that? Team 22.
In Milnar at the south. Between 22 and 19.
Okay, so we got Athenia Esports and Black Tiger. They're actually 2 of our team, 2 brand new teams that we decided to give a chance to play Rose League this season. So both teams here will be looking to get off to an early start with some kills. It looks like Team 22 already have 1 kill on the board. We all know numbers are important in this game too. 4v3, maybe not so much, but if you can get that down to a 4v2, it becomes a huge advantage. Team 19 are trying to hold their position. This grenade could land right on Moni, and she just manages to escape it.
Almost.
She takes a little bit of damage, but have you also seen a couple of the changes coming in next season, Irene, as far as the AUG being a weapon on the ground, not in a drop anymore?
I did not know that.
So the AUG,
that will be interesting.
The AUG will be on the ground. It's getting a nerf. The Thamus is going into a drop weapon. It's getting a huge buff, and it's going to be a drop weapon. And the Org will be on the ground. Well, it's actually required because the Thamus in most other games is one of the most dangerous guns. It has 1,000, the bullet speed is like 1,000 bullets per minute or something like that. It's like really, really dangerous in most games. But in PUBG Mobile, I found it's probably a trash weapon at the moment, and not a lot of people use it. But yeah, that's a couple of the changes being made. Also, one of the other changes being made is you can no longer nade your own teammates. So they will not...
Oh, that is going to come in handy.
They will not take damage from a grenade you throw. They will still take damage from you blowing up a gas can or throwing a molly, but they will not take damage from friendly fire grenades.
We do have fights between Lakers and Kazakhs, and as well as Team 16 Sleeping Forest managed to take out a team. I did not manage to catch which team they eliminated, but they managed to win according...
They took out Realistic, Team 14.
Realistic, there we go.
So Team 19 are also now in a bit of trouble. It's now a 3v2 with Black Tiger. Polito gets one knock. She's going to get a double knock here on the girls, which now makes it a 2v1 in their favor. Quinn gets a second knock, so now it's a 1v1. Quinn versus Polito.
6 times on an AK, you don't see that often.
You do not see that often at all. I like to use it 3 times on an AK, but I don't use an AK a hell of a lot. But yeah, 6 times pulled back to a 3, I guess, is the same thing. But yeah, it's not something you see very often because the AK can be notorious for its recoil. But up close, it is a very dangerous weapon. Hey, Pest Control, welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
We do have majority of teams gone back into the zone. You don't see that too often. You see a lot of them lingering on the edges or outside of it. But Passion Fruit managed to take out... Did they manage to take out all of the Kazakhs?
Yeah, so Kazakh Limerence have been eliminated. That's surprising. They are a very good team. They are not having the best season so far. Last season, they actually dominated the first 3 weeks and then got overtaken by 3 teams in the last week to finish in 4th place. But they're not having a very good season so far. This is week 2, obviously, of this season. It looks like Polito managed to get back and pick up GG. Team 22's last player has escaped the scene of the crime. So both teams will actually walk away from this still alive, but taking heavy casualties. Let's head up to Team 18, Lakers Monarchy, who are fighting with, it looks like Team 3, Passion Fruit.
They are not trading knocks, but they are getting knocks on Passion Fruit, and I see maybe they're going to be playing smart here and try to make a quick escape. They know that they are not going to win this fight, so they are just going to regroup and reposition, which is smart. You don't want to give out all your, all yourself in one fight.
I think sometimes that's just as an important skill as knowing your rotations and having good gun skills. It's knowing when to pull out of a fight and knowing you're in a bad position or you're not in a position to win a fight and getting out of there to keep your team alive before you take too many casualties. That's probably just as important a skill as having good gun skills, because position and being in the right spot to take fights is very important. So knowing when to escape and knowing when to back away before you take casualties and have anyone killed is a very good quality in this game. You got to be smart. Sometimes you can't always think, oh, we're that good, we're going to win every fight, because it doesn't work out like that. And Passion Fruit managed to get the revive and escape with all 4 players still alive. So it was a very, very smart tactical move on their behalf. And Lakers,
it was very smart.
And Lakers have 5 kills on the board already, so they're definitely looking for the kills here right now. They've taken 1 casualty at the moment, but they are still pushing down towards Passion Fruit very slowly, but Passion Fruit backed away to a compound, which we've already seen tonight. They can hold compounds really well, so very smart move on their behalf.
Yeah, very smart on them, as well as I just saw Meaty take out Under Rain. Under Rain is not having really good luck, actually. They did really well in the first match, and then now second match it got a little bit their luck ran out a little bit, and then now coming into the third match they got eliminated early. Their luck is running out even more.
Yeah, so they picked up 33 kills in our first 2 games, so that's unfortunate to see them go out early in this game. Feng Zai and Shiki are both down here for Mighty, which means Cutie Pie, I believe, is their last player standing. They are being pushed by Team 12, which is the Valkyries. Cutie Pie in a tough position here in a, could be a 4v1.
Ooh.
Oh, and that grenade from up the hill takes her out. She literally ran straight into it. So well done there to the Valkyrie to get the wipe. And we're seeing, besides Passion Fruit, I think 3 of our top 5 teams have been eliminated already early on in Vikendi.
That is right. That is right.
So we're down to 15 teams already, but this is what I said happens in Vikendi. We will lose teams a lot more teams early on than we do on the other maps. It seems to always happen on Vikendi. And then there'll be a little bit of a lull in action for a little while until we head into Zone 4 and 5, and it'll all kick off again. But it seems to be a regular occurrence here on Vikendi. I'm not sure why. It could have something to do with the zone being smaller, and I'm not sure why that was done at all, to be honest, why the zone was made smaller on Vikendi.
I can assume it has to do a little bit, well, I'm taking a guess here. I think it has a little to do with how fast the zone closes and how small it wants it to be and how they want teams to get closer to each other towards the end.
Yeah, it makes a bit of sense, because I would have said to you a month ago that my least favourite map to cast is Vikendi. Just because of the way it happens. Like, you lose 4 or 5 teams very early, and then there's no action for 20 minutes until the end of the game.
That's right.
So maybe that's why they've done it.
They made it a little bit smaller. They're forcing them together, the teams.
I mean, yeah, that could be the reason. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Like you said, we're just taking a guess at that, but it still doesn't really mean they have to be closer together. I mean, you can survive in Zone 1 and 2 quite a long time without taking a lot of damage. So
you can definitely, but a lot of teams want to grab their position well early on in the match, for better, just to hold their position in zone.
I guess
so they can,
I guess that's the classic warrior in me coming out. Hold the blue zone for the first couple of zones, get all the loot I want. I'm a total loot whore when it comes to this game. Like, I can't play without having the guns I want. At the moment, I'm loving running the M4 or AUG with a bolt action sniper, but I also will drop the M4 every chance I get if I can pick up an MK to use as my auto. So I'm all about getting loot and then getting to those final zones in classic matches, but I don't play comp, and comp is very, very different. A lot more pressure on these people. So as we see Team 13 getting pushed.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
So Sinner at the top of the hill has done a fair bit of damage, and Team 13 have just been wiped out by Black Mamba, who didn't take any casualties. Sinner took a fair bit of damage, but they've now got 8 kills on the board, so they're having a pretty good game here. And unfortunately for Beehive, Team 13, they're out in 15th position. And now we can see on the map when we look, all our teams are again a little bit separated from each other, except for Team 22 and Team 19. They look to be very close to each other.
Oh, the fight between Quinn.
Toledo and
They're
Quinn.
back again.
It's a 1v1 again.
Yes, they're back again at it. They managed to find each other in zone all the way up from...
And there we go. Toledo takes out Quinn.
GG's.
So 4 kills on the board here for Black Tiger, but unfortunately they are down to just a solo player, so that's going to make it pretty tough to get high inside the placement. She's going to have to play really smart from now on and just try to pick up basically confirm kills. You don't want to knock someone unless you can finish them off, because as soon as you shoot at someone, you're going to give away your position, and as a solo, that can be very dangerous.
You gotta play for position at this point and grab those kills as, you know, a third party.
Valkyries are having a little bit of a team meeting in the bathroom here in one of the houses. Looks like they're having a little bit of
they're talking about the decor.
Yeah.
Like, what is this decor here?
One player's complaining why there's no shower curtain. Like, why don't we have a shower curtain here? The tiling could definitely need some updating. One player's Oh Daddy's having a bit of a dance. She's happy with the way the bathroom looks. And the team get involved in a bit of a dance-off here in the bathroom.
They're doing, you know, like the trendy TikTok dances. They all do them in the bathroom. Okay, this zone is actually quite interesting. You don't often see zone ending in urban areas. Sometimes you do, but not often. I'm curious to see if this zone is going to go all the way to Villa. My prediction is that it might go all the way to Villa.
Villa would probably be one of my favorite 2 spots to land here on Vikendi. I would either jump Nova or Villa usually. So I would like to see it finish around Villa or even Tovar. So we've got a bit of an urban finish, but I know this game pretty well now, and it's very rare to see that. As you can see, those 2 places are now on the edge of zone, and the main part of zone is in the open, which is to be expected here.
Here comes my prediction.
Darth Odin says in chat, can confirm Shredder is a loot pig.
I'm predicting right here, Passion Fruit is in zone. I hope they still have the zone towards the end, because again, they can have this win. It's either going to be between Passion Fruit or Ace of Spades.
All right, now all 3 games, we've had 13 teams left. You've called Passion Fruit out with 13 teams left. They've won a game. They finished in 4th place. I'd like to know how much they are paying you to say this stuff.
It's all for free advertising.
Wow, Passion Fruit got a big supporter here. Make sure you get over and follow Eirene Shell. She's a big supporter of you guys.
We do also have Passion Fruit that's going to be participating in the North American PMPL fall split that's coming up next week. We have on that team Valak, Sixless, if I'm not mistaken. I can't recall their names all their names right now, but you'll be seeing also the guys playing on PMPL.
So we got a player down for Team 12. Valkyrie's 2 players down actually now.
Oh, we see that fight going on. We see also a third party coming in, Black Mamba. I want to take that opportunity. They're going to crash into that compound next.
So Valkyries get the revives off in the bathroom where they were having a little dance. They've got Black Mamba very, very close, but they've also got Control Cuties up behind them on the hill, so need to be a little bit careful of trying to escape out the back windows here as Black Mamba try to push up. But Black Mamba Control are helping him out a little bit because they just got the knock on Nyx and a quick thirst, so they've taken Black Mamba down to 3 players, sorry. Oni-chan, thank you for the Gamma Power and the Love Core in chat, much appreciated, and the Glory Flag. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. But yeah, Control Cuties may have helped out the Valkyries there a little bit from the top of that hill. Because Black Mamba looked like they were pushing. Oh, a Shiki gets knocked by a beautiful grenade coming in that window.
Let's see how they're going to hold this position right now. I'm wondering to see what the Valkyries are going to do, if they're going to hold where they are. They have the zone, so that's not too bad. They don't have to move. They just have to keep their eyes out on Black Mamba. if the Black Mamba, I believe, gets a knock, they might push this. They need one opening knock just to push this. We do also have one other team or a group of team up northwest. Sleeping Forest and... well, I can't see the other team name. Gozia, I believe. Team 4. Yes. Alright, let's see. Okay, we got a couple teams even fighting up over in Villa.
Yeah, so Alyssa just got a knock on one player, but Alyssa gets clutch saved. Taken out, and Team 20 get the clutch save there. I think they may have gone down to one player, though. We're also got Team 20 and Team 17 going at it. Team 20, down to 2 players remaining, getting pushed by Team 17, the Synergetic Girls. Here we got 11 teams remaining.
Yeah, they're getting closer and closer. Action's gonna be popping off right now. There's still also a fight between the Valkyries and Black Mamba, and now we're seeing this new fight happening between Sofak Esports and Synergetic Girls.
Yeah, Sofak.
Lakers also playing a third party.
We've also got Team 19 not too far away, but that's a solo, so they're probably just keeping an eye on the action at the moment and trying not to get too heavily involved. The best thing for a player like that is if they can pick up a cheeky kill steal with a couple of, maybe see a knock or two and then steal the kills. Probably a good thing for them, but probably don't want to give away their position to full teams at the moment. But Team 17 are really starting to get close to Team 20 here, starting to push up into the Villa, which is now outside the zone. Team 11 sort of get blessed with the zone here, so do the Valkyries. Team 10 just outside zone. Passion Fruit are outside zone as well, but can push up into a pretty free area. It's a pretty comfortable rotation from where they are.
Yeah, they're not too far. Oh, they got a knock against Ace of Spades from Passion Fruit. They are very good with the snipers, actually. They got a lot of knocks, especially in Miramar with their snipers.
So we got Yogi here looking through the M4 4 times, which is something I cannot do. I don't like using a 4 times on my M4.
Sometimes you gotta do with what you have.
Yeah, I just use a red dot or iron sight. If I don't have a 3 times, which is what I'd run 99% of the time.
Alright, Passion Fruit are getting prepped and ready to get into the zone. In 10 seconds, it's gonna close to stage 7. This is where the zone will actually hurt a little bit more, and you don't want to be stuck out in it.
Yeah, so you can see all our teams trying to make their way in. Team 17, though, is getting close to that solo Team 19 player. You can see Polito hiding in the bush here and getting pushed, and she gets the knock.
Ooh.
So she's going to pick up another kill for her team. She's got 4 of her team's 5 kills, but she's still being pushed by the rest of Team 17. So she's got to heal up pretty quickly here. It's not going to get much time to breathe.
No, they're going to throw all they have at her now. They're going to throw all the nades, the mollies. They know there's just that one player there. Maybe they know
Here
it's
they
just
come.
a solo.
And down she goes. 3v1, just too much to handle there for Polito. And Team 19, Black Tiger, go out in 10th position. Team 17 get their first kill on the board as well. So they'll be looking to pick up a few more before the end of this game.
Passion Fruit winning this fight against Ace of Spades. They took out Ace of Spades. But if they're not careful, they have a team actually on their backside. It is Team 8.
Oh, so that's Gas Fem.
Gas Fem. Is she gonna play spoiler?
That's actually my team. But Control Cuties are up in front of Passion Fruit as well. So it's probably 4 teams that can immediately get involved in this fight if they want to. Ace of Spades are also here. Taro gets knocked by Courtney from Ace of Spades. We got Lakers Monarchy now pushing in from behind as well. The only team inside zone is Lakers out of all these teams, so they either need to get this fight done quickly or try and move away into zone because it is zone 6. It is going to chunk away their health now pretty quickly.
Look at Passion Fruit go. They also have to move through one team actually, which is Control Cuties to get into zone. Then they're going to face off the Lakers.
Julia getting knocked
This
for
is gonna
ace
be
of
probably
spades. And she's going to get thirsted there by a rival from Passion Fruit. Passion Fruit have got all 4 players still up. They got 6 kills on the board. Now they're trying to throw some nades up the hill towards Control Cuties, and they get the job done. That was a beautiful grenade.
Yeah, that was spot on, honestly. All right, they have Ace of Spades just below them, and then they have the Lakers just onto their side.
Yeah, Courtney's a solo for Ace of Spades too, so she's got rival pretty low on health here. Courtney gets taken out, so Ace of Spades out in 6th position. Passion Fruit are getting the job done again.
Also, Passion Fruit has a good sight on the other teams that are outside zone. Lakers are going to direct their attention to that side as well. Maybe giving a chance for Passion Fruit to, I don't know, take on the Lakers later on.
Oh, Black Mamba could be in a bit of trouble with that vehicle right now. It's definitely seen better days. Down goes one from Team 10, and well done there by Rev from Team 17, a solo taking out the 2 players from Black Mamba. She's got 3 of her team's 4 kills, but then she gets taken out by the Lakers Monarchy. So all of a sudden we're down to 3 teams. We got Passion Fruit, Lakers Monarchy,
no,
and
what is Passion Fruit doing?
Team 20 Sophic. Taro is holding a decent position, but one of her teammates is down. She takes a lot of damage from that grenade. Rivals trying to help out. Yogi has been picked up, so they're back to 3 players standing. Being pushed by the Lakers Monarchy here under a fair bit of pressure. Lakers Monarchy taking some heavy grenade damage there as well.
Well, at least it's an even 3 versus 3. So
yeah, it is.
No one has a very advantage.
I think Passion Fruit have a bit of an advantage holding the top of the hill rather than trying to run around the bottom of it. But other than that, it's very even.
Yeah, it's true, but they have a hard time trying to get the kills because they're right under them. It's hard. They have to jump down to get it.
That is another great grenade there by Yogi. One of my head admin over at Rose League.
Alright, it's a 3v1. 3v1, and who is the winner?
Bam, Passion Fruit again. She's called it. 2 out of 3 games with 13 teams left. She's called Passion Fruit for the win. She's got it right. The other games, they got 4th, so she hasn't been totally wrong at all, ever. So from now on, I'm going to contact Eirene every single week when there's 13 teams left and ask her who's going to win. And we're just going to put it in chat. We're going to end the stream right there and just say, hey, this team's going to win. Irene's called it. That's it. But well done to Passion Fruit. They held that position really, really well there at the end.
GG's.
12 kills and a chicken dinner. We've got the Lakers Monarchy in 2nd place with 10 kills. Sophic Esports in 3rd with 5 kills. We've got Synergetic Girls, I believe that is. Could be wrong, but I think that's Synergetic Girls in 4th place with 4 kills. And Black Mamba rounding out the top 5 with 11 kills on the board. Let's take a quick look at the teams just outside that top 5 for everyone watching. And then we will look at our top 3 players from that game. So Yogi getting the final kill, our head admin over at Rose League. Well done to Yogi. Rival is the best companion with 3 revives and 4 assists. And going all out was Taro with 6 kills, 428 damage. All 3 players from Passion Fruit. Well done to the Passion Fruit team. GG's. They are on a mission this week after losing some points for 2 games last week. They are on a mission to get them back this week, that's for sure. Irene's called it twice now, so whoever she says is going to win Game 4 when there's 13 teams left, that's it. They've won. There's no doubt about it. If you could bet on this, I would be putting all the money on whatever Eirene says. This is absolutely amazing. How are you enjoying it so far? 3 games in, Irene. Yeah, what?
It's really good. It's really good to see, and I'm happy that my predictions are on point, or more or less on point. I'm curious to see what the other guest stars are gonna predict when it comes to their time next week.
If they're this good, I'll be very surprised. This is actually unbelievable. That you're calling them so early. I get that it has a lot to do with position and stuff, but yeah, wow. Absolutely incredible. That's 3 games down now. We've got Sandhawk to go, which can be a bit of an action-packed map. Rotations can be pretty difficult as well on Sandhawk. You don't see a lot of vehicle rotations. So it can be a very different sort of game style on Sandhawk. It's going to be pretty good to watch. So we'll take a quick break, guys, before we come back with Game 4. This is Rose League, brought to you by AIO, Glitch Energy, Darth Odin, and the Control Cuties. Of course, Channel Shredder, and joined by our special guest, Irene. We'll be right back with Game 4.
See ya.
We should take a walk someday, dream about what we could have been. But I don't wanna leave this place, there's no faith in Brooklyn. Yeah. If I move out one day, it will make me a better man. What up, Jamil? But I don't wanna leave this place, there's no faith in Brooklyn. Yeah. I said I'm so gone, oh my God, where the menu? Order me all your sushi for them bitches at the venue. Stop, drop, roll, continue, cause they just trying to mingle. And I'm just trying to sing you a song, tell you that I'm leaving but I won't be long. Yeah, loud, knowledge, nigga. Yeah, loud.
Yeah, every day that's you and me. All day that's us, boo. Came through with that new thing. See, I don't know why I trust you. Crazy now, I'm just too on. Maybe now I'm just too gone. Maybe now I'm just looking for that same vibe that you on. Cause I'm out here with my boys, going crazy in this bitch. Overseas, getting bins. No Mercedes in this bitch. We made the album 9 months. Had a baby in this bitch. I'm with your bae on the run. Like I'm Jay-Z in this bitch. I don't smoke a lot, but I get green. But ball out, no SBs. I caught you out, you got serving that beat stop. No step team. I came through and that's real shit. No, Nova came, but I feel this. Feeling kid when I feel banks. I still be spitting that Will Smith. I shut it down, we do that. Hell yeah, we knew that. Little girl, give me them crazy eyes. Orange is that new black. It's cold out, so I think about it. Stress me out, so I drink about it. They talk a lot, but it's all good. Said it's too real, don't think
She
about
take
it.
me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said don't think about it, I said don't think about it. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said don't think about it, I said don't think about it. Came up as a church boy with my dukes on weekends. Waking up at like 6, man, you don't get paid if you sleep in. Man, you don't know where I come from, you don't know what I've been through. Realize I don't say shit about all the bread that I sent you. You getting mad, I'm sitting back, I'm fucked up, I'm getting trash. Gotta go watch 2 gold chains and I go real like Trinidad. Trick, I'm the man, act like you know me. Popping off like a semi, man, I rap like it's loaded. I mean my crew hot, your crew not. We too sick, no flu shot. On this side, it's all big, man, I ain't dissing on Tupac. Just East Coast, all East Coast. These young bloods don't know better. Most of y'all got no chill, they'll get it poppin' in snow weather. Some kids just need love, they'll put in work for like no cheddar. Looking up to them dope boys, they got bands like Coachella. Yeah, just remember, I might have your girl for dinner. I'm the man year round, January to December. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said don't think about it, I said don't think about it.
reflection in my wine glass. That's when I look away. Can't stand and think about losing your fine ass. How the fuck I let you slip away? Life for the party, but I'm dead inside. Kill my vibes, it was genocide. Hard to act like I've been alive. I'm trying to find where I identify. One time for the girl that got away. 2 times for the bub I'm about to spray. 3 times for the power that I pray to. Are you up there? Can you hear me? I know I fucked up. It's clear, see. I'm 22, but I don't act like it clearly. And all this shit is a mirage. I'm just rapping for a cause. The life, the fame, the lights, the game. We break the laws, don't like to change. Wanna win you back, but I hate to lose. I know that you're the one, but it's hard to choose. Too much whiskey in my red cup. Remember first day you wouldn't give it up. We had only scratched the surface, but I knew that you were worth it. Yeah, so I was patient. I bragged to my niggas, Joe name it. I'm still with the niggas that I came with, but everything changed once some fame hit. Make it up, take you down, have a shot, I bought a round, play my songs, you like the sound. It's going down, it's going down. Let's drink coffee, watch passerbys, and prove to you I'm not the average guy. It's just my flaws that they magnify, and when it's real, you don't have to try. I wish there was another way. Tomorrow is another day. Drugs take the pain away. Sometimes I wanna run away. I wish there was another way. Tomorrow is another day. Drugs take the pain away. Sometimes I wanna run away.
See, I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. My head has been spinning, I might need a minute. I've been dying to kick it, so just come with if you with it. And this game that we're playing, you want me but won't say it. If I told you I'm leaving, you would be so devastated. Oh, and I don't want no bullshit excuse, like you ain't got no time for me, as if that shit was true. Just tell me how it is, how you want it. If you're down, want a summit, I got plans and you're one of them. Not trying to pretend. See, I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing it.
Alright, we are back with our 4th and final game here on Sandhawk. We've got a flight path starting in the northwest corner, heading down to the southwest corner where the docks is, pretty much across the middle of the map. So We know with Sandhawk that pretty much everywhere is jumpable with a flight path like this. So we're looking to see a bit of action. Sandhawk can be a little bit action-packed, Irene. So I'm expecting some early action at Boot Camp and maybe Paradise Resort, maybe even the Ruins. But it can be some surprises with a couple of teams, sometimes going to Hartin or Cow. But I expect those 3 places I mentioned to definitely have some early action here in the 4th game.
I can see already like a lot of teams are going to the edges of the map or like the far sides. And that's interesting that not a lot are trying to contest, like for example, boot camp. People are, moving away from landing at especially boot camp and Paradise. They don't want to take those fights over there.
So it looks like we only had 1 team. Usually we got 2 or 3 teams landing in boot camp, but only 1 team has landed here, which for Under Rain can be a pretty big advantage because the loot in boot camp, they're definitely going to get everything they need, that's for sure.
We do have a lot of paired teams together, all the way in Ruins, all the way in Camp Bravo, down at Kapong, and then there's even the edge of Pan 9.
I'm right over on the western
Team
side at the
14?
moment with Team 17 and Team 10 who are right next to each other. The Synergetic Girls and the Black Mamba team, but it looks like we've got a team from player from Thirst Pink going down, which is Team 14. They're fighting with Team 13, which is Beehive.
Yeah, we can see really early fights. We have even a team in Pine 9 as well. I'm curious to see where's Passion Fruit. Okay, they're in Paradise, I see. Alright, it's still too early on to predict. I'm gonna wait till there's 13 teams left.
So,
alright, let's
sorry,
see.
Team 14 was realistic, not synergetic, but they are fighting with Team 13 right now. There is a player down from Team 14, and it looks like they're not going to go back and save her. They're going to hang out. We got a big fight happening in Kampong. We got 3 players down for Ixia Flora, who have been eliminated in the first 3 teams every game so far, and it looks like they're not having much luck at all. Their last player now being pushed by a Sleeping Forest and getting taken out. So Ixia Flora again will be one of the first teams eliminated here in our final game of the night. And Sleeping Forest off to another good start with 4 kills on the board.
All just for them. Alright, so talking about the zone here. You don't often see a lot of water finish on Sandhawk, even though there's a lot of, like riverside water. Very rare you will see the water finish happening. But I'm gonna ask you, where do you see the zone shifting towards? Is it gonna be on the South Island, East Island?
One thing you
North
do
Island?
see a fair bit on Sandhawk is one of the final zones will be a sort of mix between 2 or 3 of the islands and have that river running through the middle of it. So I don't know with how far south this zone is if that will happen, but an early prediction could be that we have a bit of all 3 of those islands, or maybe the South Island and the Northwest Island, with the water running through the middle is probably where I'd expect it to go, but with it being so far south, it could end up down near Sami, so...
That's also a potential. Cannot discount that, actually. But we might even have just a potential classic ruin finish. Who knows?
We got Black Mamba being pushed here by Gas Fem. Nyx is up on the bridge all alone away from her team. She's taken a bunch of damage. She's trying to heal off behind this box. Gas Fem are putting her under a bit of pressure here, but 11:27 getting knocked from behind. Black Mamba giving some support from behind here. Shiki going down though to Tears, and Tears then get taken down in return. So a bit of back and forth with both teams here.
Yeah, we even have a 3-way fight happening in Camp Bravo between Sleeping Forest, Valkyries. Actually, it's a 4 teams all the way up in Camp Bravo.
Sheesh. Gas Fem are in a little bit of trouble here with 2 players down. Nyx manages to get off the hill. Rock, gets around the kill and around the bridge and ends up getting the knock on Nick. So taking a player down for Black Mamba, who now have 3 players standing. She gets the quick finish as well, so picks up a kill for Gasfem. Gasfem back to 3 players standing as well, so 3v3 with Black Mamba. We see someone from Sleeping Forest go down in the kill feed. They're fighting with the Valkyries. Looks like they may have just been taken out, actually. Actually, no, they're fighting with Team 22. Team 13, Beehive. Team 15, sorry, it is. First Pink taking on the Valkyries in Camp Bravo.
Looks like it might be a win for Thirst Pink. It looks like they have the upper hand compared to Valkyries here. But they are going to make the quick escape because they see the zone is closing on them. They want to be able to, you know, get into zone before the blue zone chunks at their health.
It's actually good to see Thirst Pink get the right side of a fight for a change, getting a kill on the board here. They've been eliminated pretty early every game, both weeks. They are a very new team this season, and their manager was messaging me non-stop in the lead up to this season, asking questions. She was very, very keen to play Rose League, so it's good to see them get a kill on the board and actually get on top in a fight, because they haven't had much luck so far this season. We're going to go over to Team 14, which is Realistic. They are right next to Beehive, Team 13. Bubblegum and Chocoberry are the last 2 up for Team 14. We see Ferry go down to Chapina in the kill feed.
You also have a lot of teams now lining up at Pan 9. You got 4 teams in a row next to each other. They look like they think and predicting that the circle is going to finish around that area. So it's just a waiting game right now to see if they are correct or if they have to move. Passion Fruit is making their way into zone. Other teams are keeping to the edge. It is interesting to see how they're gonna, you know, take this on.
So very interesting now that the zone has shifted. My prediction of having the Northwest Island and South Island are probably out now. But we could end up with the same sort of a finish with the river running through the middle and have a zone around Painan now with the way this zone is looking.
This one can finish anywhere between Ruins and Painan. Even anywhere between Ruins and Boot Camp, that area.
Yeah, so that fight in Painan's really starting to take off now. I think we've just seen Team 7 get eliminated. Lakers Monarchy are now taking on Team 5, which is Under Rain, who have had, besides last game, had massive kill counts all night. So they've already got 3 kills on the board. They're definitely going to be a team to watch out for, and not sure if they're a team I'd want to be taking on too early.
Alright, Passion Fruit is now taking a fight with Under Rain.
Yeah,
they do have a good
party.
position.
They've actually done that pretty well all night, come into the back of fights from high positions up on hills and taken control of fights with third-party situations. They've done that well all night, actually, and it served them pretty good. Unfortunately, though, they just lost Taro, and it looks like the other girls are pulling back a little bit. But Lakers Monarchy and Under Rain still going at it.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting prediction, actually. Seeing as Passion Fruit is down to 3 players, they're trying to keep an eye towards their left and towards Pan 9. They know there's teams to their left, especially. But they're not making any moves. They're just going to wait it out. I hope they wait it out because that will be the smart move at the moment.
Dosen is down for Under Rain too and fairly separated from her other 2 players, so she's going to be hard to pick up here. Aisha's trying to get some smoke out, and looks like she tried to jump out the window but was unsuccessful. Dosen is almost thirsted there by Fataba, but that grenade almost gets the knock on Fataba, but she does come out and get the thirst. So now Aisha is being pushed here, and her other teammate is across the other side of the water, so she's got no real immediate help. She's going to try to jump in this buggy. and drive across the bridge to her teammate, which has actually worked out very, very good for her. She took a lot of damage, but she made it across to safety. Not me. I would have drove straight into something and been stuck and got killed.
They're trading now knocks between the Lakers and Under Rain.
Yeah, Futaba's been knocked as well. They're both getting revives at the moment. It is a 3v2 now in favor of Lakers Monarchy. Not sure how to say this name at all, but 666 is on the roof. Just holding a position.
Best position.
Giving cover fire for her teammates to get that revive. Aisha was picked up Gatina as well, so both teams get their knocks picked up. It's still a 3v2, but Under Rain getting on the other side of that water has put them definitely in less immediate danger.
I am surprised though, between Team 13 and 14, Beehive and Realistic, they've been in a while next to each other like that, but none of them have actually went for the aggressive push to fight. They're just chilling next to each other. Now with the zone shift, they both have to move in.
I think it's
so I'm wondering if they're
bit,
just gonna
little bit cautious on their behalf because both teams have not had great nights and both been eliminated pretty early in their games. So maybe they're just trying to hold on a little bit longer in this game and be a little bit smarter, try to get more inside those placement positions if they can. Of course, you only get placement points now inside the top 8, so they've still got a fair way to go, and they're going to probably need to pick up a couple of kills to make it there. They're not going to be able to sit and hold out forever, but they're right across the road from each other. They've been sitting like this for quite some time now. It looks like neither team really wants to take the fight, but I think they're going to be sort of forced into it.
Nobody wants to move.
The zone has shifted as well, so both teams are outside the zone. And it's looking more likely that that zone will probably be just to the southwest of Painan, in that open area with those couple of little compounds in the middle. Kazakh Limerence, to me, looks like they may be in a pretty good position right now.
Ooh, now we see the fight happen between 13 and 14.
Yeah, so Bubblegum's down, which means Chocoberry is their last player standing. She's not going to be able to get across the road to Bubblegum at all. She's now being surrounded by Beehive. And down she goes. Beehive finally get on top in a fight. 3 players left. Or they only started the game with 3 players, so having 1 player missing this game, but they got 4 kills on the board, so they wiped out a whole team there. So well done to Beehive. They now have to make their way into zone. We're going to go over
Alright,
quickly.
here comes the prediction with 13 teams left and standing. This is actually quite tough because you don't know where the zone is going to shift entirely. Passion Fruit is moving about. They're not exactly in a fixed position. This is really hard. I'm still going to go with Passion Fruit in this.
I think they've just become your favourites. It's become very clear now. All 4 games. I mean, you've been right twice, so I can't say you're wrong. But based on position right now, I would almost say Kazakh Limerence would be my favourite.
Probably they do have a good position in zone if they stick to that and the zone shifts in their favor. But I see Passion Fruit are trying to work their way in to catch any strays on their way in. I see they might run into Black Mamba. We'll see how that fight goes between those two, or the Tigers. Yeah, it's actually tough to see who's gonna win this one. I can't predict here.
It's a little bit tougher on Sandhawk as well. There's obviously a lot different strategies on Sandhawk because there's not a lot of vehicle rotations happening. Most people are rotating on foot. There's also the way more potential of someone laying in the grass on Sandhawk. So you've got to be a lot more careful. But we do see that zone shift, and it doesn't shift totally the way I thought it would. It actually went to the west of Painan. So
there are still some good buildings there. People can, the girls can use.
Kazakh Limerence actually didn't get a bad shift there. They've moved slightly north now and taken that compound which was unattended. So I'm still thinking they're in a pretty good position, but Passion Fruit have also got the zone and in the northwestern part of the zone. So, yeah, it's very hard to predict this one. The zone has actually shifted twice in directions I didn't think it would. Ace of Spades doing a bit of damage.
It also in favor for Passion Fruit.
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. Ace of Spades are in a bit of a fight with Black Mamba. From distance, we see Lakers Monarchy have a player knocked in Painan, so they're down to one player standing. Oh, no, they're not. Sorry, they've still got 3. 2 players still standing. But they've got Beehive pushing in from distance, who are taking a fair bit of damage from Team 19 by the looks of it. Black Tiger. Peach is currently down. Yoss is trying to heal up behind a tree, and there's still shots coming out in her direction from the girls from Black Tiger. Under Rain is still pretty close to the Lakers Monarchy.
We also have a lot of teams actually close by. The Black Mamba's down. Only Natalia's after Black Mamba.
Synergetic Girls pushing up from behind Black Mamba here. So they've got 2 kills on the board at the moment. They're pushing up behind Black Mamba's last player, which is Natalia. She's down in the grass at the moment. So the only issue...
Be the bush. Be one leg the bush.
The only issue with trying to take someone by surprise here is that vehicle sort of gives away someone might be close.
Also, Ace of Spades is also not very far.
Yeah, they're pushing up the hill as well.
Ooh.
Natalia did damage to one. She got both. Well done to Natalia.
Wow.
She took out Synergetic Girls in 10th place.
Oh, the backfire.
Then she gets creamed by a grenade by Nova. Well done to the Ace of Spades. They're having a pretty good night. They are really surprising me the last few weeks. They have really improved over the last few seasons. It's very good to see because they're probably one of my favourite teams, to be honest. A big fan of Courtney. Soul used to be staff for me in Rose League and my Discord server. So they're definitely a team I like to watch, and it's great to see their improvement over the last few seasons.
That's very good to see, and they're actually having a very good day or good night with their games. They're playing it smart.
Kataba getting knocked there for Lakers Monarchy by Zay from Control Cuties, but Zay's getting hit up from behind, third party style from Sleeping Forest from a long way away.
We have also Passion Fruit fighting Black Tigers.
And Zay gets taken out. Control Cuties eliminated in 8th place, and they're out in the... we got the blue zone now pushing in. It's zone 5, so this is going to chunk away health. You want to be inside this zone as quick as possible now. Blue zone plays a major factor, and it's the only enemy you can't really defeat. And down goes Passion Fruit.
Oh,
getting taken out in 7th place by Black Tiger, who now have 4 kills on the board. My prediction still going strong though, inside zone.
Kazakhs have a very good position where they are right now.
Yeah.
They're making use of all their surroundings. They're grabbing all those stray players out.
Yeah, you can see
but we have the zone shift, so
2 players using rather big rocks, the other 2 using a little building there, but they are going to need to move. Only 2 of their players currently inside the zone, and that's the 2 guys down near the shack, so everyone else will have to move. We've got 4 teams remaining, and we've got Black Tiger coming in from above here, getting the knock on one of the players from Kazakh Limerence, so although they're not all inside zone, they're in a good position to really damage Kazakh Limerence here if they want to.
Not only that, actually, Tiger can win this, actually. They can win it all for them.
We see Cherry rotating in from distance. Dan trying to get the knock, but unfortunately peeking too long, and Kazakh Limerence get the knock on Dan. Julia gets taken out for Ace of Spades. Cherry now, I think, is the last player up for Ace of Spades, who have 3 kills on the board, and they will get a top 4 finish again in this game, but sure Cherry will be hoping for a little bit more than 4th place.
Kazakhs is still going very strong.
Yeah, I'm still predicting Kazakh for the win, but they're definitely at a little bit of a disadvantage with Black Tiger's positioning here.
Yeah, with that rock on top of the
Sleeping Forest are out in the blue zone playing the healing game. Sonia is knocked for Kazakh Limerence. They need to get inside zone though, so Sonia may not be able to be picked up here. She will bleed out in the blue zone, I'd say. She might be able to crawl in, but I don't think they're going to be able to get to her unless she can crawl down to them. And Kane goes down. So Sleeping Forest get third. Kazakh Limerence versus Black Tiger here for the last chicken dinner of the night. Black Tiger are pushing down the hill. Yeah, they definitely have the best positioning now. Kazakh Limerence have to pull out something special here. Black Tiger, though, are pushing really aggressively here. One tap, gets knocked. Black Tiger are going to get the job done, I think, here, and they do. Black Tiger take out Kazakh Limerence in 2nd spot. Black Tiger take the chicken dinner with 9 kills. Kazakh Limerence will finish in 2nd spot with 12 kills. Sleeping Forest will get 3rd place with 7 kills. Ace of Spades getting 4th with 3 kills. And Under Rain coming in 5th with 7 kills on the board. We'll scroll through quickly and look at the teams outside that top 5 just for everyone watching.
Way to go, ladies.
And we will look at our top 3 players from that final game. Dan getting the final kill. Sinner is the best companion with 2 rewilds, 1 assist. And Sonia from Kazakh Limerence is going all out with 8 kills, 1,207 damage. GG's. Thank you all, everyone who supported the stream tonight. We've had 40 to 50 plus viewers all night. Thank you so much to everyone who came out and supported Rose League. And even if you're here just to see Eirene, I really do appreciate it. Eirene, it's been absolutely amazing having you. I would love to have you back if you're ever interested and want to come and do Rose League some more. We would love to have you. But that's
Definitely. I really enjoyed myself.
Well, it's an open invitation. Anytime you're free on a Tuesday night and you would like to join us, I know it's late for you, so anytime you're free and you want to join us, you are more than welcome to join us. We love having you here. Stick around in the chat for a second. I'll come chat to you when the stream ends. But thank you so much to everyone who supported tonight. Thank you again to Eirene. Big shout out to everyone who gifted Elixir, subs, everything tonight. You're all amazing. Thank you so much for the support of Rose League, which is about to hit 5 years, going strong still as it started in day 1. It's really much appreciated. But tonight we are done. It's been a fantastic night. It's been awesome casting with Eirene. We've got lots more special guests to come over the next few weeks, including Angry Hoser, Bella Fox, and the Bushka. So make sure you tune in every week, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. But for tonight, we are done. And remember, once you go shredder, life gets better.